So, before we kick off, quickly letting you know, today we do have a hard stop at the 3-hour mark. Unfortunately, I'm working tonight, so I have stuff to do, and then I've got to run away to work. So we'll have a. I'll try and wrap. It may wrap up a little bit early. Depends on where you get to and stuff like that. And to follow up from that, next week, due to work commitments, I won't be here, so I have a feeling the game may not run. So it's a week off, and then we'll just return as normal the week after. So, bringing us in.
The queue is in a fairly decent state for you.
Good, because I'm really tired. So, what happened last session? So last session, our party continued their treks through the ruined village of Thundertree, encountering the druid Radoth, and as his request, he requested you dispatch an evil force that was plaguing the tower at the north of the village. In return, he would give you information on the spooky doom gems that you had found. After climbing the tower, you encountered a Balgura, a ape-like demon creature, very big, pretty strong. Took a chunk out of Zatar, and almost a little bit out of Merrick as well.
Yeah, I tanked that very well. I'm just saying.
I should give you negatives for forgetting about us. Following that, the return.
I did forget. Sorry.
I know.
Because you tanked it, you distracted it, and I killed it.
Exactly. After killing the creature, you found another one of your strange, spooky gemstones hidden in a chest, kind of in the remains of a chest in the northern side of the tower, along with a few bits of treasure and also a very not shiny battle axe, which is now in the care of Zatar, much to Merrick's disdain. Following that, returned to Radoth to gain enlightenment, had a sip of some druid fluid. And he explained to you that these gems that you carry are fragments of a soul gem that entrap a powerful demon by the name of Balnazar, as you had the name you've encountered before. It seems that the cultists are trying to gather the 5 fragments of this soul stone to possibly bring their lord back into the world. You currently hold 3 of these fragments, unsure of where the other. You had a hint from Radoth that a 4th may lay in Cragmore Castle, a hobgoblin fortress laying deep in the forests to the east. So where we bring in. Our group is still scouting out the remnants of Thundertree, looking for a group of cultists which Radoth believes have come to the village, probably seeking some of the gems that you guys have already found. The very last thing we had was our group. Well, I say our group, Zatar, trying to scout out the rest of the area to look around, and Ragnar following him, despite several complaints.
Mm-hmm.
So, welcome back.
Sorry, I had to turn off the light.
That's fine. So we bring back part of the group is hanging back in a safer area of Thundertree, near where Zatar found a strange jewelry box and necklace, possibly of some importance to him. But Zatar, Ragnar, you are currently scouting forwards. So, we'll kick this off with your stealth rolls, please.
Stealth rolls, man.
We not already roll stealth?
Yeah, but I want to roll them again, because...
I believe my blessing was on one of them.
I believe the blessing went on to Merrick earlier in the day.
I think that's right. That sounds about right.
Because I believe you blessed Merrick when you were climbing up this area here.
She did, yeah.
I thought I blessed Zatar before they left.
Possibly.
I think it was Zatar, because then Ragnar kind of complained about it.
Possibly. You did have the long rest, so you would have regained. Well, you had the long rest from the druid fluid.
Which Corey still has a bit of in a vial.
Exactly. Yeah. So Zatar, you have advantage on the stealth roll. You gain 14 instead of 14.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so you creep forward through you've moved forward through one of these large ruined buildings. This one easily has been reclaimed by nature. You see a small tree sprouting from the ground, a few bushes and vines around you. Ahead of you, you can see a more intact structure. Just ahead of you here. Similar in build and strength to Radoth's house, in the fact of it seems to have a solid door. Wooden slats cover the windows. You currently can't really see too much in there. You can just see that there is this intact building. It's on the edge of town at the moment, so it makes sense.
Is that a window right there? That thing I just highlighted right next to the door.
Yes, that little bit there is. You put yes, that is a window there, but it has a heavy wooden shutter over it. Behind you, you do have one other intact building, smaller. Outside, you can see a sign just swaying in the breeze. Looks like it has some kind of anvil on it, possibly an old blacksmith's. The building in front of you, from where you are, you can see no real descriptive signs, though. And just for information, Moody, we'll say this bit here is a dense thicket, very difficult to see through.
Well, I can see the door directly below me there, so just in case.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay then, so scouts, what do you want to do?
Scout.
I would like to go up towards the window I can see and see if I can see anything in there. Just peek through.
Well, the window is covered with these heavy wooden
slats.
slats.
It fully boarded? I was just
like,
wondering if there's any slits.
It's like they're slatted shut like really strong blinds.
Okay. Can I look for footprints and see if there's anything around them?
Okay. If you want to move to where you want to look, and then make me a survival check.
Yeah. Just looking outside around the door.
Are these trees pretty tall? Can they see over this thicket?
So the bushes here are relatively high. It's very difficult to see over.
But if I climbed a tree, could I get into like a sniper nest?
Yeah, you probably could do. The trees aren't huge here, but you could probably climb this tree here and have a reasonable vantage point.
Hey, Merrick, will you give me a boost up here?
Yeah.
I'm guessing I saw nothing.
So Zatar, you have a look around.
Fair enough.
Zatar, you have a look around, and you don't see really any signs of passage. As you swing into the tree like a baboon.
Do I hear him swing into the tree?
Probably not.
I'm just sort of having a look around to see if anyone or anything is around anyway.
Well, Zatar's already rolled the kind of check to have a look at what's going on.
Oh, so. I'm just making you aware. I'm just keeping an eye out and having a general look around.
Okay.
I'm moving to where I can keep an eye on the remaining party.
That untrustworthy.
Okay.
Well, to see if Mooney doesn't wander off in some direction. I trust Gina and Tara to stay where they are. Mooney, not so much.
I turn to Ragnar and I say, should we look inside this building and see what's around? It looks a bit strange that it's all boarded up the same way as the druid's house was.
I don't know if we... Do you think we should knock? What's the state of the door? I can't see. You're too big.
Oh, well, I have no comment to that. It looks like a door.
No,
I just don't know what more to say to that.
What is the actual state of the door?
It's a door.
Yes.
As I said, it looks relatively...
With a handle, is it boarded?
It's
well, the windows are boarded.
So the windows are slatted, and the door looks relatively intact. There is a handle.
Should we just try it?
Okay, just try the door. Maybe creak it open.
All right, I attempt to open the door sneakily.
Give me a stealth check.
You said to
With
creak
advantage.
It open, so
You pull the door open ever so slowly, ever so quietly.
Quiet, quiet.
As he tries to not break up the entire dynamic lighting system.
Do I see Shia LaBeouf?
Shia LaBeouf is there. He has death in his
You
eyes.
forgetting my reference. Someone had to get it.
Okay, well I've broken the. I can't get the lighting working, so I'm just gonna put you in the building so you can see. You open up to You open the door to a relatively simple. If I put you there, you can see. You see.
I can't see.
You should be able to see.
Don't
now.
worry about it. I'll tell you in a second.
So you can see a relatively intact room, pretty sparse, very empty, with a door to the south.
Okay. So, obviously, without going in then, because obviously I don't want to step in it yet, I turn to Ragnar and I say, looks like there's nothing in there. Should we get the rest of them and see? There's another door. I mean, we can go through there a bit further.
I think we should try and be quiet about this one first. Just a little bit.
We say discussing things next to the door.
Hmm.
A little
I
bit.
see.
I give up.
Okay.
I mean,
Just gonna-
you open that door pretty quietly. I'd say you're pretty quiet.
You
Okay.
as you're having this
Whispering,
conversation.
by the way, whispering.
As you're having this conversation, you hear from the other side of the door movement. Who goes
I
there?
whisper to Ragnar, I hear something.
Well, you hear a voice that says,
Well, now I was going to say it before you.
who goes there?
I say nothing, load my crossbow, and activate my Crimson Right.
I don't know what to say. No one.
Candy Graham for longer.
Make
No
a
one's here. Come back later.
make a deception check with disadvantage.
I've already got I'm sorry. I don't know why I shouted that.
Already in action that should someone come through the door and try to attack, I shoot.
I was not prepared.
Nobody, really. Okay.
Can I see Mooney in the tree behind me?
Unless you're actively looking for him, probably not.
Well, at this point I'm looking at anything that could signal the party.
Make me a perception check.
Okay.
Anyway,
Just
what is your business here?
My business is my own. What are you doing here?
Our business is our own. Go away. We are busy.
Okay. Okay, bye.
You intimidating barbarian, you.
Mooney. Sorry, Ragnar, you do see Mooney perched in a tree.
Can I see that Mooney can see me?
Yes.
I make a wave gesture at Mooney with my hand, as if to say, "Come here."
They seem to be peaceful. They did not want to attack us. Should we just leave?
Why are you here? I shout it through the door.
Oh God.
But currently
I'm
you're
just gonna-
outside, so you're shouting at a wall.
I'm just gonna stand by.
Well, I'm
I
shouting.
mean, the
it
door's
through
pretty
door.
much open now. We were already in there.
It's none of your business while we're here. Now leave us in peace, or there'll be trouble.
See, look. They just want to be left alone. If we bug them, they'll attack us. We don't want that.
Yeah, but I don't like being told what to do very much.
I had a feeling.
Mooney, where are you off to?
Ragnar flagged me down while I was in the tree. He asked us to go help him.
Okay, right, fair enough.
Are they fighting someone?
I don't know, I'm just
I don't know. He seemed urgent.
I'm sure they're doing fine.
I stay quiet, crossbow pointed at the door.
I have no comments for this bit. I have none. Are you actually inside then, Ragnar?
Oh, it's that way. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm stood here.
Okay, I opened the door fully, by the way, so you can just.
I can't fix the lighting without destroying
Oh,
the entire
okay.
building.
Wonderful.
I made mistakes. I've tried to fix
Nice.
it, and I can't for some reason. It's really irritating.
I turn to everyone and I say, There seems to be people inside, and Ragnar being Ragnar, he's not liking them.
Should we surround the building?
I'm not even sure who they are. It's just there's some people there saying that they're busy doing stuff.
Right, get out of the way. Come on. Like, look, we're looking for someone. We don't know who's in there. Just tell us who you are. That way we know if we can bugger off or if you're who they're looking for. I'm getting bored of this. Who are you?
Fuck off.
Right, if you won't tell us who you are, we have to come in and find out. I'm getting bored of this.
You can try.
I'm still pointing at the door.
Right.
Do you want me
What do
to
you mean
smoke
we
them
can
out?
try? Oh, bloody hell. Come on. In we go.
And you.
It's a very cramped room, by the way.
So.
I thought you said there's someone in here.
Oh, man.
In the next room, there's another. There's another.
So you're just walking. Are you just opening the door and heading in?
What's the second door?
I think I'll see if anyone's following me. I'll just walk into the first door, yes.
I'm with you, so. Shall I say, you have my
Look.
axe.
We don't know. Look, there's no point us having bother if you're not who we're looking for. Just tell us who you are. This is getting pretty boring.
I told you to fuck off.
Oh,
Well,
God.
they're not going to fuck off.
Okay then.
Oh, God. We should have
As the
left.
door opens, and a cultist stands there, and he casts burning hands in your face. So.
Do I not get my action first?
Mm,
I did say.
You can fire. So, as the
Fire.
door opens, you see 4 black-robed cultists, 3 of them wielding heavy greatswords, another one with long, dark robes. He opens the door, points his hands out towards you, and casts burning hands. It's going to hit the entire room.
In which case, I will charge forward because I can't avoid it, so I'm just going to go for him anyway.
We're going to go through this bit first, and then we'll start initiative.
All right.
Wonderful. I should not have entered the room.
Oh god. So, just make sure I get the
this
right
is so
dice for
bad.
burning hands.
I mean, this isn't Friday's game bad, but it's bad.
God damn it. So, I need a dexterity saving throw from everybody, please. Well, not Mooney and Gina, because they didn't run into the room. So that's Ragnar and also Nithari.
Yep.
Okay, everyone apart from Zatar takes 13 points of fire
Yes.
damage as this
Yes.
wave of fire spreads through the room into your face. Our
I'm a
cultist friend
survivor.
jumps back into the other room. Ragnar, you can take your shot as he goes.
Can I do a reaction for Hellish Rebuke since he attacked me?
It's a racial thing.
Maybe, can't remember what it does.
It means
Yeah, sure, go
The
for it.
second level spell that I can activate if someone attacks me.
Yeah, sure, go for it. And Ragnar, you hit, roll damage.
This is fun. I didn't get damaged.
Take that, you bastard.
Oh, Nathan, you still haven't set up my initiative button.
You can set it yourself.
I don't know how to, but okay.
Exactly. Okay then. God.
Nice.
Oh, I gotta press initiative.
Okay then. Roll mine.
Please get one.
Why am I rolling greatsword attacks?
I don't know.
Because you're a dirt.
Have you had anything to drink yet, Nathan?
Not yet.
I'm joking.
but
I know you're going to work.
I might need some. Okay then. So Mooney, yours does hit, and dexterity saving throw from my warlock.
Did you mean Niftari?
No. So Nithari hit back. Dealing...
You said Mooney.
Sorry. Okay. So, at the start of combat, Zatar, you did take damage. You take
Oh,
half
did I?
damage. You take
You took
6
okay.
points.
False.
That's fine. Okay, Mooney, at the start of combat, as the door opens, you just see the entire hallway filled with flames. And several people look very crispy. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I actually can't see into the room, so I'm just going to poke my head in really quick and assess the situation.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to fix this. Let's just do this. There we go. Make it easier for everyone.
Sorry.
That's fine. I couldn't fix the lighting there. There you go.
So yeah, so I'll step into the room, and the one that I presume I can see because I can't see the other 2 points in the door there. I will hex him and give him a disadvantage on strength ability checks.
Which one? This
And
one?
yeah, that one.
Yep.
And then I will cast Vicious Mockery, and I will pull out the book and I'll look at him and I'll say, Balzanar has never trusted in you, and he will never have your back or blessing. He only trusts in us, as we are the ones who have attained the soul gems. And then I back out of the room.
And
Okay,
thereby
yeah.
telling them that we have the soul gems.
I know.
Oh, they're tracking us.
Well, the
4
druid
points of
actually
damage.
made the boxes less
Oh,
likely
yeah,
to be
that's true.
found.
And,
Yeah,
and
I remember
D6 necrotic.
Awesome. As you pull back, you hear the shrill goddess. They're the ones we're looking for. Slay them. Zatar.
And he has
Oh,
disadvantage on his next attack.
Excellent.
Mm.
Put a little red dot on it.
What to do? I feel like whatever I do here, I'm just gonna screw everyone else because I'm gonna block the doorway.
You could just charge face first into the room.
I could, but what they? Okay, I'm gonna charge over to here.
Okay.
Which you can do because you haven't left anyone's combat area.
Exactly.
It would be a real shame if 2 people were ready in actions to slice anyone coming through the door, wouldn't it? It's a shame.
Were they?
They
I bet
ready
you're not
during
gonna.
the
They're not
surprise
gonna
round.
get me. They're gonna miss. Watch. Your rolls are nothing. Oh, one of them. I wanted
So
well.
you take 9 points of
Ouch.
slashing damage as two great swords just basically cross your path. You dodge past one, the other one cuts into your shoulder as you continue
Oh,
charging
did
forwards.
not mean to click that. I mean, I wish I did, but.
It's a shame you don't have a great sword anymore.
I know.
Well, you do have a great sword, technically, but
Axe. Anyway, after taking damage, which one damaged me? Could you tell me that?
the one on the right.
Okay, I'm going to whack him with my axe.
Whack him with it.
Well, first of all, actually, I'm going to use rage, then I'm going to hit him with my axe.
Okay, I'll give you a little red token.
Thank you.
That'll hit. Roll damage. 9 plus 2. He takes.
I don't have it set up with rage. I need to set it up, but yeah.
That's fine. I can do it manually. I can add 2. As you do 11 points of slashing damage as you pull your axe down and strike him on the shoulder, strike him against the chest. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay then. The one to the left of you, the one that missed you, is going to now take his turn and strike out at you.
And fail. Damn it.
And you take an additional, ignore that, 6 points of slashing damage.
Ooh. I am now dying.
Derek.
Okay, so I'm going to move forward to there, and I am going to strike at the one
You
who is
can't really
already.
attack from there because both people are around walls.
Okay, fair enough. I shall move forward to there then,
Okay.
and I will strike at the one who is already damaged.
Okay, this one here. Make your attack.
Okay, so I will roll that, and
That'll hit.
that will do nicely.
Roll your damage. 8 points of slashing damage. Very nice.
Okay, and I will use a maneuver on him.
Okay.
I can maneuver Zatar and they don't get reactions, can't I?
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to use a maneuvering attack. So that's with another 7 damage.
Yep.
And I'm going to give Zatar the option to close with the caster.
Well, he can move wherever he wants, so Zatar, you now have up to 15 feet of movement to do with what you wish.
Okay.
And they will not get reactions while you do it.
You've already used the reactions
so
anyway, so...
I will move up to the caster then.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go over here.
Okay, is that... How badly damaged is the one who's been clobbered by 3 of us? Well, 3 attacks.
2 attacks.
Well, maneuver, and, you know what I mean.
He's looking beat up,
Okay.
but still standing.
But bloodied is really where I was going.
Yeah.
Okay,
You hit the cultist, Ragnar. Let's go. Anything else?
I think that's probably... I need to stay where I am, unfortunately.
Okay, Nithari.
If I moved over here, can I see the one in front of Merrick? Well, I think that's the only one I can see, right? The one directly in front of Merrick.
Pretty much, yeah. You can kind of see the other ones. You could make attacks, but they'd either have cover or some form of advantage against your spells.
Then I will hit the one in front of Merrick when I can actually see with a guiding bolt. Hopefully it'll...
Miss, unfortunately.
Oh, darn it.
The room looks really shiny for a second as the bolt of energy lights up the room and just splatters against the wall. Anything else?
And that's it. That's it.
Okay, Gina.
Okay, I'm going to move into the room to see what's happening.
Yeah.
And I imagine the only one... Oh, shit. The only one I can actually see is the one in front of Merrick.
Pretty much.
If
Okay.
she moves to here, well, moves to the square next to where I'm pinging, could she see the caster?
Probably, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere in front of Merrick.
Okay.
Because it has a 5 feet radius around it.
Won't
So-
that hit me?
No, because I can choose to protect you, and I'm going to do that.
Yep. As an
Means
evocationist.
it'll hit all of the cultists.
Yep. Okay, they're going to make their
Nice.
saves. So, 1, 2,
Oh,
3. So,
one crit, one fail.
yep. The guy in the top left takes 9 points of fire damage. The other 2 take 4.
And I have a question, because I can move it as a bonus action.
Yep.
Could I try to smash it in front of, towards the one that I can see as a bonus action? Is that something I can do or not?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. I've actually done that slightly wrong because it's anyone who ends their term near it takes the damage, but it's fine for now. Let me just have a look at the spell.
Because
I think we'll leave it out in future. Yes, we'll leave it for now purely because it's done damage to everyone around it already, so it's probably more beneficial to
Okay.
you. But on your next turn, yeah.
Okay. Then that's it for me. I'm going to back up next to Nithari here.
Okay then. This guy next to you, Merrick, is going to make a greatsword attack, striking for 10 points of slashing damage. Just
Okay.
cuts into your shoulder. Really doesn't feel good. Okay. I broke it. Okay. Zatar.
Yes.
The caster in front of you he spreads his hand out towards you, and a massive green, gaseous liquid flies in your face. I need you to make a strength saving throw. I don't think that's quite right, but we'll run with it for now.
I mean, I'll take that any day.
Yep. As you sprays this flurry of poison in your face, and you just dodge out of the way.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. This guy here is going to move towards you, Zatar, and make a greatsword attack against you. Which will hit, dealing 3 points of slashing damage.
With disadvantage?
With disadvantage, it still hits anyway.
Yeah.
But thank you for pointing it out. Okay, Ragnar. You're muted.
Whoop. Ew.
Yup, Chuck.
Ew. I'm gonna move down to here. And can I see the... I've checked with the ruler I can, but it's whether you'll allow me to see the caster in the end or not.
Yeah, you can see him.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna take another shot at him.
Okay.
Because I didn't really much like him using fire on my face.
Strange that.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun.
That'll hit. Roll
Whose
your
idea was
damage.
it to come banging into this room anyway?
I know, right? It's almost when someone really big and beefy tells you to fuck off, you should fuck off.
And I'm pissed off, so this one's going straight for the head if I can.
And as you loose the bolt, it flies through, piercing the guy's forehead and just stapling him to the wall.
Oh, nice, he's dead.
So again, we've killed the one who knew things.
Either way, with a ranged attack, I can't shoot to keep him alive.
This is true.
Minnie! Oh, sorry, Ragnar, anything else you want to do?
No. Yep, I'm ducking the fuck out of that room.
Okay.
You killed the caster. He can't cast fire on you in there anymore.
Minnie,
I know, but I've got like fucking 8 points of health.
compared to the
Alright.
tanks, you've got 8 and 11.
11.
I have good AC.
Why is mine? Yeah, mine's not updating properly.
Looks fine to me.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the one that I hexed.
Okay.
And
Miss,
Nathan,
unfortunately. Yes,
as you
buddy.
mentioned in the Friday's
Get out.
D&D, it was Corey that requested this song. I watched your game
Okay.
last week and he requested it.
That's fine. Okay, Zatar.
Yes. Is it possible, right, for me to grapple this guy so we can question him?
You can either try
kind
and
of tie him up.
you can either try and grapple him, or you could beat the shit out of him and put him into a
Oh yeah,
non-lethal
I can do
damage.
non-lethal damage. Okay.
Yes, and I'll give you a tip as a barbarian: a frenzied rage might be amazing right now.
Okay.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but when you are raging, you have advantage on strength ability checks? Because he has disadvantage on strength ability checks right now.
This is true. However, grapple just means he's grappled. I mean, it'll take him 2 turns of successful stuff to restrain him.
Or it could take him 1 turn just to beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
So,
Or he could miss that shot.
or you could just mess everything up. It's up to you. This is just me throwing suggestions out there. Because you can grapple him, but he could just potentially break out of the grapple next turn, and you've wasted it.
Alright, I'm gonna do a frenzy then.
Well, it would go back into the same. He has disadvantage on strength ability checks, and you have advantage. So you have to go through 2 rounds of rolling shitty.
Yes.
Okay.
But
So
at the same
I'm gonna
time,
do-
you can just stop now and use your words instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Harbour, what are you doing?
I've done frenzy, and I'm gonna do 2 non-lethal attacks
Okay.
with my great axe.
The idea of a frenzied berserker dealing non-lethal damage to keep somebody alive just seems weird.
I know. Would you like to make the first one reckless for advantage?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm just doing this because it's your first proper time playing the barbarian.
Yeah.
So you make 2 strikes. So Rod, Corey, what are you doing outside?
Smoking.
So both attacks hit. As you deal 25 points of non-lethal slashing damage.
Nice.
As your first axe swing goes down and cuts through the guy's thigh, and then you go and you hit him with a pommel end with your second strike, knocking him the fuck out as he drops to the ground. unconscious.
As I said, I've never killed a human.
It's not wrong. Okay, your turn, aimed it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. This guard is going to make an attack against the nearest target it can see, which is going to be you, Merrick. Makes a great sword attack, which misses. Okay. Merrick, your turn.
Okay, I think I'm going to use my second wind. It's a
Excellent.
bonus action, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Gain 6 HP.
Also, Nathan, I just want to quickly check. With Reckless Attack, that means they have advantage on me till my next turn, isn't it?
Correct.
That's not working properly. Fuck's sake.
Well, your second wind.
No, I mean, I added it. No, I added it, and the number has not changed.
You're on 14.
Yeah,
Do it if
it's
you
still showing 18.
On what?
My health
On what, though?
on the token.
It's looking fine on mine.
No, well, fuck it. Oh well, as long as it's got the right number.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that, and then I'm going to non-lethal clobber the guy who is already damaged with
Okay.
my long sword.
Make your attack. That'll
I
miss.
I will precision strike him,
Okay.
which. And still miss.
Still miss horribly. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Nistari.
Well, I was gonna go and heal Merrick, but he's looking okay now. How much closer do I have to be able to see them? Do I have to be like right behind Merrick?
I mean, if you move into that square there, yes, you can kind of see them.
Okay. Then I will Sacred Flame. The one with the heart.
Okay.
Trying to do the little pointy thing and make the thing. It's not working. That's okay.
Awesome. Fails the save, so the damage will take effect. Now, just coming up to Gina's turn, what I'll do this time is on your turn, everyone within it will just take the fire damage, and then next time we'll do it properly. So I've messed up the spell. So 2 points of fire damage. So, Gina, so if you want to roll your flame sphere damage for me.
Is that going to kill my guy?
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No,
Wait, I can actually
anyone who's
protect
next to it, and
one
she can
person.
exempt.
So you can exempt one person?
Yeah, I can exempt. Wait, I have it written somewhere.
Yep, go for it.
1 plus the spell level,
So
and
2.
that's level 2, so I can protect 3 people.
So you're going to protect the guy on the floor?
Yeah, the guy on the floor and Merrick.
Awesome. Go for it. So roll your flame sphere damage and I'll take it from the other 2. They both take full damage whenever. They both take 9 points of fire damage. Nice.
Okay.
Okay. As the one in the far corner just melts into a puddle on the floor.
Nice.
You only got one left.
Is that my action, or can I do something else? I mean, does this count?
That no,
as action, or-
you still have your full action
Okay.
because
Okay.
that just ticks every round.
Okay, that's nice. I'm going to move to where Nithari is,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Magic Missile on the one still standing.
Go for it. 11 points of force damage as these little beads of energy just kind of curl around the corner and just smack you in the face 3 times. It's got a mouthful of missile. Anything else?
To avoid further damage, I'm going to move the sphere behind the guy still standing to the corner.
Okay. So, okay then.
That's it for me.
He's unconscious. Ragnar the Red.
So
Are the red?
I'm the red,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yep.
I'm just gonna. Can I hit him from here? Or
He'll have some cover.
I didn't realize Corey was a bard.
I'm assuming I can't occupy this square either, so it has to be from one of these directions, doesn't it?
Yeah. So you can either go into the room and fire, or whatever you want to do.
Oh, if I can enter the room, then yeah, fine.
You can enter the
I'll
room,
drop-
but if it's a case of if you leave his combat range, you will get the opportunity to attack against you. You do.
Do it!
Just
you
do
don't
it.
have a lot of options there. You can either shoot him or you can move and shoot him.
Yeah, but if I move either way, if I shoot him from within the combat range, I get disadvantage anyway.
Come on.
That re gets an attack from me, so I'm just gonna fire. I'm gonna fire from here.
Okay, make your attack. That just hits. Roll damage. 12 points of piercing damage as you fire the crossbow bolt just straight through the guy's neck. And he just collapses on the floor and dies.
You know, I thought I'd save one to see if we can question him.
Good job. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about the guy who shot me in the face. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I walk behind Nithari and I say, darling, you have a little flame right here on your shoulder. Just gotta pat that out. Just right there.
Yeah. You could turn off the thing in the corner, though. Pardon me. Flaming does that to me.
I walk up to the guy who's unconscious and I tie him up,
Okay. He is now tied up.
and then I search him.
Okay.
I'm going to search the guy, the caster, as I'm assuming he's the one in charge.
And I'm just gonna relax.
So, Zatar, you drop out of your rage, and you suddenly feel really fucking tired as you gain 1 point of exhaustion from doing the frenzied rage. Ragnar, you tie up the one remaining, the one living guard. Let's put that one in. Take off things. No, I've got too many colours. As you tie him up, you have a quick search over him. You don't really find very much of value apart from the armour and weapon that he's wielding and the tabard of the pincer tabard that you'd seen before. Merrick,
I take that anyway.
okay. Merrick, as you search over the caster, you find you don't really find much on him at all. A small map, which has you find a small map which has got 3 points noted on it. One of them is Thundertree. One of them is Crackmore Castle, which you have already marked for, and one is an unknown location in the mountains to the south.
I think we found the final location, lads and lasses. Sorry. I will. That is definitely what I'm looking for. Any letters or anything I'm looking for as well.
No, that's
If
really
I
all
can't-
you find on you, or on
I
him.
also,
right, excuse.
at this point, no, I searched the other two for the pincer tabards as well.
Okay, you now gained. You gain 3 pincer tabards.
Ragnar,
I
you're
keep-
putting that in your inventory.
Yeah, they are.
Hey, are you thinking of disguises? That's not such a bad idea.
Yeah, I thought, given this time, if we have the tabards again, we could possibly get away with it.
What kind of quality
you
are
might-
they in? Like, are they bloodied and slashed up and burnt and
They're a little worse for wear, but serviceable.
anything prestidigitation can maybe impress?
Probably fix it, yeah.
Well, we'll clean it, certainly. But, Ragnar, you all appear to be human, so I think you might be the only one who could pull it off.
Maybe. Either way, if these things are slashed up and I'm slashed up, I'm sure I'll be fine.
Right.
Gina's capable of casting illusions.
Yeah. Well, that might work. I take it they are actually human. I'm getting that right.
Yeah, they're all human.
Yeah.
Well, there's a human, there's a half elf there. They're all humanoids.
Oh, right. Okay, so they aren't just all pure humans. All right, fair enough. That's it.
I give the one that's sleeping a little bit of a slap to see if I can wake him up. Not damaging him or anything, to see if I can wake him up.
You give him a slap. He's out like a light. Unfortunately, he took quite a heavy punch. From
I will carry him.
Frenzied barbarian. Might be out for a little while.
I think we should stay in this room. It could give us more intimidation value if everyone in here if all his mates are dead. It'd probably give us more intimidation.
Do we really want to stay in here? What are we gonna do? What are our plans?
I don't know, but thinking of disguises, that tabard might work for Ragnar. But Mooney, do you think you could, with that illusion thing that you're talking about, you could act like this guy? He says.
Gina's the one with the illusions. I don't have any illusions. Well, I have a couple, but nothing that's permanent.
Where I was going with, you're more the right size, and well, you are a caster, so you presumably know how to act like a caster.
Well, I can take that guy's cloak there, and I can put it over my head, and I can maybe disguise myself a little bit.
Well, it's going to look more realistic than if I tried it. I look like a womp.
Or me.
I don't mind wearing a dead guy's cloak.
I can probably add a bit of effect, but my illusions are not exactly all that good.
Yeah. Well, I don't think our acting is going to last very long anyway. We probably might get close enough to then say a couple of things, then they work out we aren't who we're supposed to be, and then we have to fight them anyway.
Do we want to have a short rest here and maybe recuperate some, health and stuff? I would suggest only because, if we run into anything, some of you are pretty low health.
That does seem like a pretty good idea.
Well, we can always go back to Radoth, because after all, the reason we're here is he wanted us to get rid of them, and we have.
Well, we don't know if they're all gone from here.
Well, there's not that. Well, there's the north part of the village to look in, but there's not that much left of the rest of it.
I was about to say there are some buildings to the north that we haven't checked out yet.
I think maybe we should. Do you think we should bury the bodies, or at least do something ritualistic with them?
Probably burn them.
I could burn them.
I was gonna
That's
say
fine.
I could burn them.
Maybe pile them in a. What is this place made out of? Is it stone or wood?
Stone.
Maybe
In
we
a
could
corner.
just pile them in a corner and burn them.
These are going to come back as ash zombies.
Yeah, all the ash zombies you've encountered so far are just remnants of the adventure as you did the last time.
Yeah.
Gina, have you been here before?
There was
Not
no
really.
Zombies.
There was no volcano. This was just an experimentation site.
Maybe it's part of the adventuring economy. I mean, each adventuring party leaves bodies for somebody else to fight.
Yeah, we call this the circle of XP.
Yeah.
Nithari, it looks like this Sitar guy is pretty out.
I'm tired.
Would you like me to heal you? I mean, if we take a short rest, then
I think
Don't
a
get
rest
too
would-
excited now.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, it doesn't mean anything. I just know that her touch is entrancing.
Fine.
I was gonna say heavenly.
Merrick
but-
just rolls his eyes.
I stay on watch outside.
I drag the unconscious body outside, literally like drag outside.
It's now outside. So are you guys taking a short rest?
yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to take an hour, where are you doing your short rest?
I dragged it into this room here.
Okay. So where are you taking your short rest?
Right here.
Where's the unconscious one? Where he is?
He's in this room over here.
Yeah.
We're not leaving him alone.
No.
Okay.
I actually wouldn't mind trying to get back into this tree that I was in earlier.
Yeah, sure. You can go and scramble up a bit. I'll need an athletics check. Or acrobatics, whichever's higher for you.
It's gonna fall down.
Yeah. Now, idly, I'm going to see if these cultists. We know they've got the pincer thing on the tabards. Do they have any, unholy, holy symbol things that they're wearing on chains or whatever?
Not that you can see. Mooney, you scrabble and you scrabble. It takes you about 10 minutes, but you get up there eventually. It's for anyone who sees it. You're hoping no one sees it because you are so unelegant right now. It's not even funny.
Oh, my lats right now feel so terrible after I strained them trying to get up here quick.
But he'll never show it. So yeah, if you want to roll your hit die and X and stuff now. Remember, you did get back up to your full hit die from the long rest that you had earlier.
One!
Yes,
Well,
but you have 3 hit die though.
While we're sitting resting, I'm going to show the map to the people sitting around, going, right, well, we got something marked here. Now this one's the place that young druid talked about. Does anyone know where that is? He's pointing to the other unmarked location.
Do I recognise where it is?
Yeah.
Anyone wants to try and work it out? Make me a history check.
I don't know much.
And Gina, you're a gnome, aren't you?
Yep.
Yep, you have advantage on it. Okay, so Gina, you think back, and you do remember reading about an old mine that was in this area, lost hundreds of years ago, by the name of Wave Echo Cave. It was hidden in the mountains somewhere. Its location was lost centuries ago during the orc raids that originally destroyed the town of Phandalin. But it was roughly in that area, and you feel this map might be showing you the location of Wave Echo Cave. It was an old joint venture between gnomes and dwarves to mine precious minerals. There was also a powerful forge that lived within the mine, known as the Spell Forge, known for its ability to craft magical items. It's a source of power.
I relay everything to the rest of the group.
Also,
It's actually... This would actually be interesting. Oh, they could actually rebuild the soul gem in there, maybe in the forge.
Okay, I know it's not directly relevant, but having heard the name from Gina, because I don't know this area, I want to see how I've actually heard of this.
well, you're not going to get any more information than Gina's already.
No, I know I'm not going to. It's just I want to see whether he actually remembers anything.
The name you think rings a bell, but it's very far south for you.
No, it's more to do with dwarven exploits and the fact that dwarves.
Yeah, no. Good try though.
I mean, it's actually interesting, gnomes and dwarves together, mining together.
Hey, well, there's a long tradition of your folk and mine getting on. I mean, we've had well, my tutor was actually a gnome.
Oh, really?
Aye. Oh, he's a grand little chap. Taught me a lot of things that I didn't understand all of it, but he taught me a lot of things.
Yeah, we're kind of an interesting people. I'm surprised you didn't have much contact with magic, having a gnome for a tutor.
Well, he was the cog Gond, I think it was. He's really into like making things. He's got his really cool things that I'll show you to others sometime. But maybe if I get it sent down for me, with parents, please. But
I can actually
Yeah.
do stuff like that too. I mean, my parents have a workshop in Daggerford.
no, it's amazing what that guy could do with a hammer and some cogs.
I mean, my family mostly does toys and things like that, but, you know, I would be interested in hearing anything you have to tell.
Right, you know. I think, for the sake of brevity, we might cut that short
Yeah.
because Merrick is going to ramble on that some length if you let him.
Yeah, and I'm going to grab a notebook and I'm going to write it down.
Okay then. So you guys have your short rest. Merrick rambles, and we can pick up the ramblings later on. So, we're at this point. I know we're only an hour in, but I'm going to call a quick 2-minute break because, to be honest, I need the toilet. So quick few-minute break here, and then we'll pick up in a second.
Cool.
Right, should we get more coffee? Be back soon.
My laptop is heating up so much. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this.
My laptop is being so slow.
Yeah. I mean, I thought mine was working fine, but it just went out because it was heating up too much. It was burning up. Wow.
Oh, there we go. I'll be right back too.
Okay.
Righty then. Yeah, Harbour, you can roll up to, you have 3 hit die, you can roll as many, you can roll all of them if you wish to recover HP. There's no limit to how many you can roll at once. Even if you roll terribly. I think you might have 1 more left.
I do.
So you can roll it now, you'll get them all back on a long rest anyway.
Oh, that's fine. I'll do it then.
See if you can get above that, see if you can get a 2-digit number. There you go, much better. You actually have some health now.
The hell I can't go. Oh, there you go. So I'm 2 away from.
There you go. See, you're now much
Plus
tankier,
13.
slightly less likely to die.
Oh, 1 away from full health. God.
Okay, then. Now based on that encounter, I need to make some changes. Or do I? Yeah, fuck it. So yeah, Laura, I made a mistake with the Flaming Sphere spell. The way it works generally is you pop it up, and then you can make a bonus action to hit someone with it, but then anybody who finishes their turn within 5 feet of it takes the damage. So it's a case
okay.
of it's based on the creature's turns rather than your turn. So
Okay,
next time I won't mess it up.
So it's kind of a bit of a gamble. I mean, I position it and I hope that somebody ends the turn.
Basically,
Near it.
yes, because they can then
Okay.
move away from it, and if they end their turn away from it, then they can
Okay,
take less,
okay,
they
I
take
see.
no damage. But as a bonus action, you can forcibly hit someone with it, which will then force them to take the damage.
Ah, okay, I see now. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So you can, as a bonus action, you can move it, and if you want to, you can move it and smack someone in the face with it as you go.
Yeah.
Makes
Okay.
it do the damage. Makes it do damage.
I mean, it's kind of passive unless I actually use my bonus action to ram it against somebody.
Exactly. Otherwise, it just kind of sits there, and anybody who takes damage nearby it, so anyone nearby it takes damage, which means I'll have to look into it, but I don't think it takes effect from your evocation powers because it's just something that's maintained rather than something you're doing. But I'll look into that one for you and get a rolling on that one. It
Because
should be fine.
the arcane thing, it says spell level. What it says that they succeed their saving throws and take no damage if they should take half.
Yes.
And this does require a saving throw. But I mean, whatever you say. I mean, I'm not finicky about that.
It's fine. No, it's
Although
fine.
this time it might have gone badly for Merrick, but
Oh god, as a player, I hate that spell because it's one of the only offensive spells that one of my wizards in my game has, and they are an illusionist wizard, so they can't do that. So they put it in the middle of a crowded room surrounded by 3 melee people, and do more damage to the party than it does to the enemies.
yeah. Okay.
So annoying. But yeah.
The other quirk to it is also sets fire to anything vaguely inflammable in the vicinity.
Okay then. So, just having a look at the scope spells. So when you cast it, you choose then.
Okay.
So I think that makes when you cast Flames Through, you say, okay, Merrick, Zatar, and Mooney, for example. But while the spell's in effect, you can't change it. I think that's probably I think that's fair. So you can still do that, and then afterwards you'd have to recast it or something.
Okay.
And yeah, the roll damage we do, I generally roll it. With the damage, we roll it on your round, and then we just keep going from there. Let's take it from there.
Yeah.
Okay then, so everybody's back. So you've had your short rest. What do you want to do?
Yeah. Gina and Merrick ended up discussing the merits of pumps in mines. Mechanical stuff over magic.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Minnie?
Well, that's Gina.
I was just going to say that I wanted to pay attention closely to anything about the Spellforge itself, as that sounded interesting. But then once they started talking about gears and sprockets and stuff, I just walked away.
Okay, then. So, what do you guys want to do? You can continue exploring Thunder Tree, or you can just head out. Right now, it's getting quite late in the afternoon. Probably sunset in a couple of hours. But you still have a little bit left of Thunder Tree to the north to explore. You do have the building that you kind of passed the old smithy. Yeah, there's a few options. Where do you want to go, and what do you want to do? Or you could just leave and go straight to Cradmore Castle, or you could head to Wave Echo Cave, or you could go somewhere else.
I think finish searching the place, go and see the druid,
I think that's
and spend the night here.
That sounds right for now.
Well, it's a nice, safe place, and we don't want to move it around in the dark. We're not going to get very far before dark. We've still got some things to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
the
smithy
mayor's
might
gonna
be.
the daylight.
Yeah. I would hasten to add that Merrick hasn't actually done an awful lot of searching of anything. So just because I've been somewhere does not mean we have searched it. He's been looking for enemies and things on cultists. The rest of it hasn't occurred to him.
Okay. Meta. Okay. There isn't really any gold on the cultists, unfortunately, Mooney. Okay, so your friendly boy is still asleep.
Right.
Well,
I
I
probably
think-
knocked him out a bit too hard.
Well, I think, Zatar, that you offered to carry him, and I just walk out the door.
Okay. And I'll pick him up then as we walk out.
Why don't we drop him off with Radoth? Maybe he could. He has something in his potion things that can make him talk.
Actually, we that would sort of give us proof that we did do it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, and he can keep an eye on him.
We have a babysitter.
Or keep him company.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't give him any of that stew. I want that stew.
It was a bad stew. I mean, come on.
I don't think it'd be that stupid.
Well, I'm also kind of curious to see what he would do with one of these people, as we
Okay.
don't actually know an awful lot about him.
If he wakes up, I do have a spell called Zone of Truth.
Ah,
That sounds interesting.
well, you might be able to get more questions out of him.
Yeah.
I think that's something for later on. And it'll probably be more effective than our limited ability to question, as proven last time.
Last time. What happened last time?
Oh, we kind of got locked up by some of these idiots, and we broke out, and they tried to attack us again, and then we got one, and we tried to talk to him, and we didn't get much. We got a name, and then
Okay.
Ragnar killed him.
Oh. Sounds like him, I guess.
Yeah.
Shoot first, ask later.
Yes. It was one of those situations where he was just starting to talk, and then Ragnar thought that would be the perfect time to kill him.
Didn't Ragnar kill the spellcaster also in the first time we were caught?
He,
Yeah.
That was
Maybe
following
Ragnar-
Mooney bursting
Ragnar likes to
into the room.
kill.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
you're all as bad as
why
each
you
other
gotta
at this
bring that
point.
up, God? Why
You're
would
all
you
as bad
bring
as
that
each other at this point.
The- They shoot fire in my face. What do you expect me to do? I'm gonna get a
No.
bit mad if someone shoots fire in my face.
I
No.
will endeavor not to do that in the future. Even if
would-
people
I
drop
don't like-
things in my head.
I don't like fire.
So, you're taking the cultist. You're taking this guy back to Radoth. Yes?
Yep.
Okay, don't worry about moving on the map.
Yep.
You move over towards Radoth, you knock on his door. Yes? What do you want?
Well, we've found the cultists. We had a bit of a discussion, and this is the one that's left.
Okay.
Well, you wouldn't mind, we thought we might have a word with him, but you want to keep an eye on him for a bit while we see if there's any more things around here.
No. Why would I want him?
We killed those people because you asked us to. We just want to make sure there are none left.
Yeah. And it's kind of easier to do that if we kind of left him behind. We've tied him up. We just sit him in a corner. If he gets too uppity, sort of whack him on the head or something.
Or we could just tie him to the tree outside your house. Whatever works.
Do I look like a babysitter to you?
Do you want me to answer that honestly?
Yeah. You've met some strange babysitters.
I
Also-
Kill him! Get rid of him! I don't care!
I
We cannot-
drag him over and tie him to the tree outside the house.
Fine, tie him there. Better things to do.
I don't trust him.
Yeah.
And
You,
I'm gonna resist Ragnar there by taking him out of my hands. I don't feel him being left there is the best option.
Okay, so Ragnar, you kind of try to take Colty McCultface from Zatar, and he's like, "No, this is my pet. This is my pet. This is my toy.
He's mine.
He's me."
All right, you can. All right, you can carry him around with us then. That's fine by me.
Shrug.
I got nothing. I'll take
At
it.
this
suppose-
point, Rados just shuts the door and goes back to what he's doing.
Right. Well, we've got a bit of time before dark. Let's go and make sure there's no more of these cultists or any more of these beasties. And then we can have a nice quiet night. I don't want to be woken up by the damn things.
So just for the purposes of this, I'm going to move you as a group to here, because this is where you can come back, and I'll leave the cultist guy there, but he's actually on Zatar's shoulders. So Zatar, during combat, if there is any more, you will have 50% reduced movement speed and disadvantage on attack rolls, while
Okay.
carrying the
If you
cultist.
find anything really hungry, we've got something to slow it down.
And you can always throw it at people as a weapon.
Yep.
Or use them as a weapon.
I mean,
Right,
you
so
probably
where
could
have
swing him.
we explored?
Well, I don't think we've done here or here.
So, as it says,
And I
you've
know
got,
we haven't been up here.
you've got that area and the smithy. So that way and that way.
Let's do the top bit first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So as you guys head up the road towards this kind of larger open area, you can see several broken down, ruined buildings surrounding what appears to be this kind of central courtyard area. In the centre, you see an old wooden statue, very badly rotted. A lot of the features that were on it are now indistinguishable, but you can see that it appears to be some kind of man in armour, shorn shield. Probably the statue's probably about 6 foot tall, but any defining features or anything like that have long since weathered away. To the top right, just to the northeast, you can see one rather pretty large 2-story intact building. From where you are, you can see some windows that are kind of smashed up. No, not boarded this time, but the walls themselves are quite sturdy, and there's a door just here leading inside.
Right. Let's check the ruins first, and then we'll do the big one. You think?
Okay.
Okay, so if the range people want to stand back in the courtyard, and then we'll kind of poke ahead, and me and Zatar, if you're amenable, we'll go and poke ahead in these things, see if anything is in there.
So, Merrick and Zatar, give me an investigation check.
I'm looking for Gribblies as opposed to anything else.
Okay.
I'm just looking around.
Okay, so you poke your head in each of the buildings very quickly, and there appears to be no Gribblies in here.
Right. So, okay, right, nothing there.
I
Moving on.
investigate this door over here and see if I can hear anything from inside. See if it's been used recently.
Okay, give me a perception check.
While we're doing this, I'm just going to quickly tie the guy I'm carrying to the statue, just so he
Okay.
doesn't walk off, just in case there's any battle.
Oh, so a tree isn't fine, but a statue is.
I didn't trust him staying with that guy. As long as we've got him around, I know
It's like close
he's with
to the
us.
door. With that.
Okay, so Ragnar, you pop your ear to the door, and you don't hear anything from the insides.
Does it look like it's been used recently? Or...
Hard to tell. You don't see any footprints or anything around it, and when you look at the door, you can see that very much similar to the original tavern door that you came across. This door is very much swollen and kind of wedged in place.
I look backwards and whisper down. I think we're gonna need some brute force to get this door open. With that, I take a step back from the door, just in case. I load my crossbow.
Okay, I'm going to go up and go, right, you want this open, do you? And I'm going to try and barge it open.
Okay, give me a athletics check.
Okay.
Actually, can I give an assisting kick on the door?
I trip.
Merrick, you could have done Ragnar, however, a bit late. Merrick, you go and you go to shoulder check it, and you slam hard into it, and you hear a pop, as you're pretty sure your shoulder just popped out of place. It's kind of your arm just kind of hangs limp to the side, and God, it hurts.
That didn't go so well.
What was that supposed to happen?
No,
That did not sound good at all.
no, I think maybe I'm still a bit out of shape after being beat up by that big thing in the castle. Oh, that hurts.
Your shoulder doesn't look good, mate.
No, it's not meant to be at that angle.
Can I do a medicine check on him to see if I can fix his arm?
Yeah, sure. Give me a medicine check. Yeah. So you line his arm back up, and with a very forceful push, you pop the shoulder back in. Merrick, God, it hurts as you take 1 point of popping damage.
At least it's back in place now.
You fight back as a small tear just rolls down your cheek.
With crossbow in hand, I walk up to the door to assist with a kick at the door. Wait for Merrick.
So Merrick, do you want to try again?
I'm gonna kick it this time, not bloody do it my shoulder against that.
Okay.
I would like to assist.
Well, Ragnar's
as well.
already assisting, so...
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Merrick, make me another athletics check with advantage this time. That's better. As you lean forward and you kick in the door, and it flies off its hinges and flies into the room, clattering against the back.
I'll take a step back.
As the door opens, you can see, very similar to the interior of the tavern, this place is covered in this thick layer of dust and ash. And just as you kick in the door, you see from against one of the walls, the ash begins to rise and move.
I take it we have another zombie.
As a pair of these strange ashen figures rise up from the ash and start shambling towards you. I'd like you all
Okay.
to roll me
So-
some initiative.
I did not mean to move, I'm sorry. I was cheating. Oh, 7, nice.
Wow, I got initiative over 10. That's nice.
Something's wrong.
Merrick's
Wow.
still moving his shoulder.
The
Yeah,
roll
it's just
this round
zombies.
aren't with us.
Say
Tina,
again?
did you cause these zombies?
Not that I remember.
That's not a no.
Maybe a relative.
Okay then. So, Gina, you're first up. You've just seen this door fly in and these creatures rise from the dust and ash. What do you want to do?
I am going to set them on fire. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray. The one I
Okay.
can see.
Okay, cast your 3 bolts of Scorching Ray.
Uh,
So you
Do I-
just cast it 3 times.
three times, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
All 3 hit. Roll damage.
Damn. Oh my god, it's... She's good with fire.
As you fire these 3 lances of flame, they kind of congeal into one large spike, striking the creature in the chest, and it goes back down to whence it came, even more ashen than it already was.
Listen, that fight with the demon was very frustrating for me, okay?
Okay. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think I did good already.
You can say that. Mooney, can you keep
Go
up?
ahead. Yeah. Sorry. I'm gonna move to here and cast an Eldritch Blast at this one here.
Okay, make your attack. That'll hit. Roll damage. 13 points.
Max damage.
As you
Yeesh.
strike this creature, as it rises, it stumbles back a little bit, hits the wall, and rights itself up again, ready to rock.
Oh, you blasted things won't ever stay down, and I back up a little bit next to Zatar.
Okay. Ragnar.
Okay, so I'm gonna activate my Crimson Right.
Mhm.
Because why not? And I'm gonna pop my head up and take a shot at this guy.
Okay. That'll hit. Roll damage. 12. Nice.
And then I drop back down.
As you fire your bolt, it strikes the creature straight through the chest, and it just crumbles into dust on the ground.
Why couldn't the last time have gone this good? I don't think there's anything left in there. Unless someone wants to go rummage through the ashes.
I shall. I'm good. I'm gonna stay over here.
I'm going to go rummage through the ashes. I'm familiar with ashes.
I'm going to go in.
Okay. So as you pop in, you have a proper look in this building. You can see that as you look through some of the rooms that are empty and zombie free. That this appeared to be some kind of barracks. You can see old bits of armor and weapons, all pretty much rusted or dulled beyond use. There is the remains of a ladder heading up to the second floor, but it's long since been destroyed. You have a search around the barracks, but apart from these decrepit weapons, there isn't really a huge amount that catches your eye.
Is there anything I could use to try and climb up where the ladder was?
Not really that you can find.
So, Tar, do you think if you lifted Gina up, she could
Oh,
get there?
that's true.
So I'm just thinking if you could.
I can give it a
that
go.
reach?
I tell Mooney to keep an eye on the prisoner while I go and have a
You got it.
look. So where are we looking?
There's just a ladder in the corner here.
Oh, yeah, I'll try and lift Gina, I guess, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, I'm not even going to make you make a check for that, as you just
'Cause I'm
one-handed,
awesome.
you lift Gina up, and you reach and you grab onto the edge and you pull yourself up. And while you're up here, you can see it's quite one large open floor here. You can see the remains of several bedsteads and things like that. A couple of broken, charred foot lockers. Sorry. This appears to be like the sleeping area for the barracks.
Can I have a look at the footlockers, or are they completely destroyed?
They're mainly destroyed, but there might be something there. Roll me an investigation check.
Nope.
You look around. There's not really anything of value here. Whatever was here is long gone.
Yeah. Have I mentioned that I'm scared of heights?
While this is happening, Mooney, as this whatever's going on in the building is going on, the guard in front of you begins to rouse. Kind of wakes up. Ragnar, you stay in there.
I bend down real close to his face, and I give him like a sheepish grin, and I say, hello.
Just grunts at you. Spits out a tooth.
Ooh, that doesn't look like it felt good.
Satar, where are you going? Bring me down.
I guess
So
I'll
this is kind of happening while you guys are doing this. So Mooney,
Okay, I let Gina down then.
that's fine. So Mooney. So the idea is it's going to take you guys a few minutes to actually investigate this building, and while you're doing that, this is happening. So it's simultaneous. So Mooney, the guy is woken up in front of you, grunted at you, and spat a tooth out.
Do you know how much trouble you're in?
Not as much as you.
Oh no, believe me, I've been in trouble since day one. So like I'm constantly in trouble. None of this is new to me. But you, my friend, you have a lot to worry about. You see that the group of us, the 6 of us, we haven't got a name yet, but we'll work on that. The 6 of us have been a tremendous thorn in your side, and I know exactly that you know what I know what I'm talking about. So
You can see the cogs whirring in his head as you talk in circles around him.
So you have a few options here. Now, we've left a number of you tied up to various posts across the countryside, and none of it really ended up well. I would suggest when they come out of that building, whatever that is, that you heed every word because if you don't truly take this as a threat, you are going to perish in the next hour.
Oh my.
Time to die, so be it. Roll me an intimidation check as well, please, Mooney.
Deception?
Intimidation.
Alright.
Okay, we'll see what effect that has on the coming conversations.
Okay.
At this point, Gina, you jump down and Zatar catches you and drops you down to the ground. And you're happy to be on solid ground once more, not 50 feet up in the air, or whatever it was. So, the rest of you finish searching the building and you head out, and as you do, you can see Mooney peering down and having a very quiet and close conversation with the recently roused cultist.
Oh, look who I found. He just roused from his little nap and he's ready to be talking. I hope all of you have investigative conversation. I'm going to stand back here, though, and admire what's about to transpire.
Okay.
Darn it, I wanted him to stay in the circle because I'm going to cast Zone of Truth with the guy as the center.
You wanted Mooney to be in there. Excellent. Well, what's the range on Zone of Truth?
It's 15 feet.
15
still in
foot
it.
radius?
I-
Yeah. Okay.
God.
Is it Ragnar, are you coming out, by the way?
Yeah, I am.
In fact, I'm probably going to lean against right here, which still puts me in radius.
That's fine. Okay, so you cast a Zone of Truth, Nithari, on this guy, and this pulse reaches, spreads out, catching everybody in the area. Let's just read the spell. Must make a save. Okay, on found self creature can't speak completely by affected creatures aware of the spell. Okay. So he's going to make all of you can make a charisma saving throw.
Yeah.
Should you wish to. You don't have to.
Oh man, I've been caught.
Okay, so Mooney, Merrick, Zatar, Ragnar, Nithari, and the cultist are all now affected by the Zone of Truth. You cannot lie.
Can we?
Well, they can't tell a direct lie.
They can't tell a direct. Effectively, if
Can
someone
we
asks you a
not
question, you can either not respond or tell the truth. There is no lying to be done in this area.
Okay.
You're not quite. So, cultist just kind of shakes his head. Looks to you, sorry. What did you do?
They can tell the truth.
I'll say nothing to you.
Ooh, this
Then
is
say
interesting.
something to someone else.
What do you want? Why have you captured me? None of you.
We thought
I step forwards up to here and I load my crossbow.
Oh God.
If you're going to kill me, just get it over with.
No,
Ragnar,
I don't
let's
want to kill you.
Ragnar,
let's
are you
not-
going to kill me? Sorry, Ragnar, you there? Do you plan to kill me? You can't lie.
I mean, he can say my name if he wants. That's just going to make me more mad.
Yeah,
He
if
doesn't know
you
your
enter
name.
the zone, if you were outside the zone, you enter the zone, you have to make a charisma saving throw.
He's already in there. and
Okay, he
failed
was already
it.
in it.
I don't want to kill you.
Oh, so you don't
Oh.
actually want to kill him? Because you can't lie.
No.
Hey.
Very well.
Hey.
What do you want? Why have
However,
you captured me?
I will make you hurt though.
All right, we want information. Each of us has a piece of a soul gem, and you know exactly what we're talking about. And there's no reason to beat around the bush. So I take out the lockbox that I got from Radolf, and I open it up, and I say, This is as close as you're gonna get to your quarry ever. And then I didn't lie, so I can't get any closer to him. So as close to your quarry as ever. And I want you to know that if you're unhelpful, we'll just leave you tied up here. We don't have any kind of, bad gene in our bodies, so we're not going to, think poorly about this. You just need to tell us why Balnazar wants to come back so bad, or if not, why Balnazar wants to come back so bad. Like, why do you seek these gems if we're just going to keep throttling all of your cultists? It doesn't make any sense to us.
You ask why he wants to return. Why would he not? The mortals of this realm imprisoned him. He seeks revenge, destruction. I seek wealth and power. What do you get out of this?
Adventure.
Foolish child. You're
Why do
muted,
you want the
Merrick.
Spellforge? Oh, sorry.
No, sorry.
Why do you
What
want the
do you
Spellforge?
get out of this directly? I mean, you appear to be like a hard goon.
He literally just said what he gets out of this.
What, power and stuff?
Wealth.
What makes you think
Power.
he will give you power and wealth? That he will be able to fulfill his end of the bargain and not just kill you in the end?
It's a risk I'm willing to take. Those that serve my master are richly rewarded.
It
Oh.
hasn't gone that well for you so far.
Yeah, we've encountered a lot of the people who served your master. They didn't seem to get an awful lot out of it.
Yeah, and your master didn't seem to care all that much either.
You know not what happens on the other side. Kill me, I don't care. I will
And
join
you
him.
do know what happens on the other side, do you? Or you just know what they've been told? Or do you actually know?
You know, there are spells that could cause you to, die, come back, serve us.
I
What would
try
your master
and
think about that?
I'm
You
pretty
can
sure.
try.
Pretty much.
Oh, we could.
I try and intimidate him to get him to answer Merrick's questions.
And how do you do so?
I threaten him by saying, if he doesn't answer all of our questions, I will cut him up bit by bit. Oh, actually, I can't say that.
You
'cause
can't
that's
lie.
a lie.
Okay,
I can't do that.
Can I try and intimidate him by shooting an arrow right next to his head? Literally right next to his head.
Make an attack roll.
I feel ashamed that I couldn't lie there.
This is a time I say, yeah. Oh. Okay, you shoot the crossbow and it strikes against the wooden thing, sending splinters of wood everywhere. He kind of looks at it. As I said, if you wish to kill me, do so.
I don't want to kill you.
My soul will join with the master.
Religion is so... I don't know how you do it, Nithari. Your faith just has got to be resolute, just can't be shaken. This guy is blindly following Balnazar. Even though his mortal form is about to perish, he still is holding true to his faith. I just don't get it.
That's why they call it faith.
look, since you are so interested in going to hell, how about we give you a taste of it? And I'm going to walk up to him, I'm going to open one of my oil flasks, and I'm going to bathe him in oil. And I'm going to light a little flame in my hands.
He closes his eyes, a smile on his face.
Oh, you're fine with this.
I use my breath weapon on him.
You lied.
I said the truth.
Mooney.
This doesn't necessarily kill him.
If he's covered in oil, it will ignite it.
With
Yeah.
Yeah,
with
but
zero,
we
with one
have a
HP.
healer, and
I can
I have
spirit
healing
bag.
potions. so I
Can I try to prevent this?
It's very
I do
difficult.
not like people burning.
There's, to be honest, not really. As Mooney opened his maw and launches a stream of fire towards the to the guy tied up to the post, he immediately
lightning.
ignites. Is it lightning?
Yeah.
No, brass is fire.
He's brass.
Oh, sorry. I
Wrong
apologize.
Dragonborn. As you launch out the stream of fire, the oil immediately ignites, engulfing this guy in an inferno.
I pull out a healing potion and run up to him.
Oh, he dies instantly. As his death screams echo throughout the whole of Thunder Tree, as he roars in pain and is very quickly cut short, as he just collapses in a heap to the ground. The statue that you tied him to goes up like a burning pyre, sending dark black smoke flying into the air, as this man's burnt, charred body just slowly disintegrates and cooks.
I go to pull my arrow out and say, Jesus, fuck, guys, what the fuck was that?
Oh,
The stories I've heard.
Keep
you're
in mind,
one
Zone
spot.
Truth is still active.
Now, I did tell him that his mortal body was about to perish.
Yeah, but we don't burn people alive.
No.
Not like that.
Okay, what would they have done to us? They
It
cast
doesn't matter
burning
what they would have
hands.
done to us. We're better
It's the
than
same
that.
thing. No, it's the same thing.
You were saying the other day about being careful with spells. How about that? You don't do that to people.
Okay, you're right.
This is coming from you. You burn people alive.
I mean, if we have to kill somebody, we kill them, but not like that. Good God, even I know that.
Listen, we experienced a lot of horrible things today. Ragnar skewered that dude in the head with his heavy crossbow bolt, and then I just burnt this guy alive, and we've experienced a lot of crazy stuff. That flaming spear did a lot of damage in that thing, and I swear to God that everybody would have caught fire if you hadn't been as proficient as you are. So we really just need to take a moment for perspective, and this guy is not a good person. He would have done...
Get that, but he was tied up. He couldn't do anything. There was no need to burn him alive.
He was not a threat anymore.
This was a execution. This was
You want to talk? Sorry.
No, this was something that had to be done. I mean, this was like an inevitability. This guy isn't getting out of here.
This was an interrogation. The point was getting him to talk. If I had known you were going to do that, I wouldn't have used the oil. The point was threatening him.
No, there was no threatening him. Ragnar had shot the arrow right next to his head, and the guy was still resolute.
I said I didn't want to kill him.
The faithful cannot be changed from their faith. That is something that Nithari has taught me on countless occasions.
Awesome.
Mooney, if we had wanted to kill him, and I'm going to say that maybe we would have, maybe we could have, I don't know, used the crossbow or something like that. There is a difference between dying and being set on fire.
Well, tell me what the difference is for him, whether he was shot in the head with Ragnar's crossbow bolt or I burnt him alive.
A lot of pain.
Exactly. I mean, killing
He
is one thing, murdering
deserves
someone is a difference.
No, this person
We are
is not
better
somebody.
than that.
You're better than that.
Well, we've learnt a few things about us, each other then, anyway. To be honest, I'm rather taken aback at that, Mooney. I didn't think that was quite what you were like. I thought you took after your brass brethren, who, generally speaking, as far as I knew, were not quite as bloodthirsty.
I pat my hand on Mooney's shoulder and I say, do you want to know how I got these scars?
Thanks, Joker.
Really,
Yeah,
Zone
actually
of Truth
do.
probably goes, no.
Oh.
Do you
No,
actually?
in the Zone of Truth, I would say yes.
I was burned on the stake. It fucking hurts.
How are you alive?
I managed to get out.
Okay, so at this time, because everybody seems to be hating on Mooney, Mooney is going to pull out his journal, which I have
Mooney?
actually been writing in the entire time. And Nathan, if you would like, go ahead and share everybody my journal, Mooney's journal.
Okay, temporarily I will do.
I take it out.
This is
hand
something.
it to Ragnar, and I walk away back to Radolf's place.
Oh God. He
Wait,
wasn't joking.
what is happening?
I'm going to follow Mooney.
I'm also going to follow suit.
Well,
I'm
there's no point if he's walking off, and
Actually, no, I was involved. I'm gonna stay.
So you should
If
all now
you guys-
see Mooney's journal in
if-
your journal.
Yeah.
If
Phil-
you truly want to know how I feel about each of you, I've written it down in this journal, and I hand it to Ragnar and I walk away.
yeah,
Jesus, this is a lot of work.
A little curious, I must say.
I'm following Mooney because I'm a bit taken aback by his actions, and I don't think it's good to leave him by himself at the moment.
Okay. Feel free to read the entire thing, or Mooney, if you're free to give us an abridged version. Doesn't bother me. However you wish to do
Bridge
this.
may help.
It's generally a recap of what we've been doing with Mooney's perspective on each of the events. And it's personal little tastes here and there of what I've basically been role-playing out through each encounter. Again, feel free to read as much as you'd like. But Mooney heads to Radolf's place and just kind of like hangs out at the tree in front of it. I'm not really looking to, do anything else.
Okay. What we'll do.
I stopped and read through the journal.
Is if you guys, so there's the four of you. If you want to sit down, if you want to do a little bit of reading for a second, we'll do Mooney, Merrick. So Mooney and Merrick, I'm going to put you guys actually over here.
Want to read about myself in this? That'll be fun.
Oh yeah, you'll
learn about Ultron.
There you go. So you guys are over here. So Mooney, you head off towards the tree and you kind of sit down, put your back to it, as Merrick trots off, following, probably about 20-30 feet behind. As Merrick, you catch up to Mooney as he's kind of sat down against the tree.
Right, I didn't mean to get at you there, Mooney, but you kind of took me by surprise. You've usually been one of the more measured members of the group, if a little unpredictable, but to be honest, I wasn't actually sure what I was going to do with him myself, because generally speaking, it seems wrong to kill people that you've captured, but on the other hand, we couldn't let him go either. But you just took us by surprise there.
Now,
you've been a good member of the party, but I just think that we weren't expecting that.
Now, how much of bullying did you get growing up?
Well, I didn't really. Well, it comes from. Well, my father was kind of the lad.
Well, coming from a clan of brass dragonborns, now we're notorious for our quote-unquote hospitality, but there are several brass dragonborn who aren't as kind as others. Let me close the door. Hold on. My roommate's little brother's just got home, so it's going to be a thing for a second. But anyway, there aren't as many brass dragonborn who are as scrawny as I am, and I got picked on a lot when I was younger. And I know for a fact that these cultists are nothing but bullies, and the only thing that bullies respect is force. And you have to stand up for yourself, otherwise you're going to get picked on for the rest of your life. And I don't feel great about what just transpired, but I also don't feel terrible about it, because when it comes down to it, they would have been just as ruthless as I was, and we haven't done anything that's been worse. Like that wasn't worse than anything that we've done. We've killed a number of them. It just happened to be that for whatever reason you believe that someone that is incapacitated is more vulnerable because they can't defend themselves.
Yeah, I see your point. suppose I've always been a bit insulated from this kind of thing. It's, I've been in fights, but they were trying to kill us, we were trying to kill them. And, yeah, well, I suppose we didn't really take, prisoners either. But I was never really part of that. Your comment about me and leadership, you're kind of right. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm trying to learn.
I think we're all trying to learn here. Everybody's
but
finding
the
their
trouble
own
is,
place in the group.
It's not just the group. My clan, well, there's not as many of us as there were.
The Battle Hammers?
No, the Battle Hammers, well, that's kind of the big clan. I'm from Clan Mithras. We were kind of one of the minor clans, well, inside Mithril Hall. And, well, we were all exploring an area, and on the lead, the head of the clan Battlehammer's instructions, and they found something that didn't go so well. And, well, I wasn't due to be in charge of anything for a long time, but the ones who were ahead of me, they kind of died. And so if I don't get this right, I've got to uphold. We've kind of been merged with Battlehammer, and they've been really great to us. But if I can't live up to holding the name, then Clan Mithras will kind of die with me. That's why I've got the double name. Is if I can make something of myself, then I might be able to keep the clan going. So
It's important to you, Merrick. Because it's important to you, it's important to me. I cherish our friendship, and what I conveyed back there is not something that I would do to any of the group. You are valued members of, and comrades and allies of mine. And that was a glimpse of my ruthlessness. So if Ultron was to do something a little more shady, I probably would have resulted, maybe not to burning him alive, but to something equally as dastardly. As I am not going to be held back by my convictions. I am going to be able to give them a taste of what they're conceivably about to give to me.
I suppose that's one of the things I've been learning. It's not like the stories. Well, the heroes just defeat everyone, and everyone goes home and they drink, and you've got to make hard choices, and
to have glory, you've got to have a little bloodshed.
Yeah, it's not quite like I was expecting. Anyway, you did what was needed. I think you might want to warn us first next time, though.
I'll show a restraint next time we're interrogating a suspect.
So, you were kind of bullied and things. Well, how did that? And you're proving your strength of things. Is that it, or what?
No, I'm making sure that the ones who bully understand that it's not okay to bully, and that if you try to push me around, I'm going to fight back.
All right, well, I've got your back.
As I you.
And as you say that, you see the form of Nithari heading down the road towards you. The other three of you, if you do want to make your way back, I'll say, but hang back a little bit. So Nithari walks up.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's dealt with at least one problem we had. To be honest, we couldn't have let him live. As Mooney said, he's a fanatic. And if we'd let him live, he would have just brought more of his brethren down on us.
So
He came at us with the intent to kill. So the result ended up fine.
I suppose one thing it brings to mind is we're going to encounter more of these folks. Are we going to even try and question them, because it doesn't seem to get us anywhere? And
Do you think that they would question any of us?
no, I think they would torture the hell out of us to get what we knew.
And that sounds appealing to you?
No.
Torture never sounds fun, and it felt a little like torture back there. I relieved him of his torture. I feel that sounds bad, but like, I mean, just like ending it, any kind of torturous, whether it be interrogative or, you know, actual physical, I think is bad.
Yeah. Well, none of us enjoyed that. And if it's not going to accomplish anything, let's not put ourselves through that again.
Believe me, I would not like to cause turmoil amongst us.
Yeah.
and as you say that, you see the rest of the venturing party that you've been travelling with heading down the road. A light rain has began to fall, and you can see this. It is starting to head towards dusk at this point. It's getting a bit darker. It's still relatively light, but the rest of the party rejoins. Mooney's still sat below the tree. It is a melancholy state, but the rest of you now arrive.
I walk up to the tree. I sit next to Mooney, and I put the book back in his hands.
I hope that whatever you read, you took to heart. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. I cherish the group that we are, and I would like to express my apologies in the shock and awe campaign that I just ran upon that cultist.
Mooney, you know I use fire a lot as well, and I've been thinking about it because, you know, I used to research it, and in the lab it was, you know, it was interesting. I mean, it was fun. It didn't really do a lot of harm. I mean, property harm, but, you know, that's different. It's just, you know, we have been fighting people, and it's one thing to fight an ash zombie than an actual person. I think that fire can, when you use fire to kill somebody else, it can burn you too a little bit. So, you know.
I will heed your words, Gina. I appreciate the insight.
I mean, I would like to apologize. I mean, I'm not really one to talk, am I? When it concerns fire, I shouldn't have yelled, but yeah, maybe it's something we should both think about.
No, shocking experiences like this are not something that, you know, can be taken lightly. I apologize.
Yeah, and I probably should thank you. I mean, I wouldn't have thought about this if I hadn't seen that. I mean, in hindsight, how many people have died like that from fire of my own, right?
Well, it wasn't fire of your own.
Well, not this time, but plenty of other times. In the last couple
If
of days.
anything, this was a little thought-provoking, and I'm glad that everything came to light. I will continue writing in my journal, but I think I'm going to keep things more private from here on out.
Yeah. Well, we're still learning our way in this. Maybe we'll talk about this another time. But, we've had it's a troubling day. I imagine it's heading towards evening tonight now.
Yep, like I said, the sun is beginning to set. You still have a
I doubt Radoth wants us to hang with him.
I don't know that I want to hang out with him.
Well, let's head out of town then and set up camp.
Can't we just stay at one of
that
the
sounds like a plan.
houses? The abandoned houses? Can't we just stay in one of there? Probably.
I
More,
kind of don't
safely
want to look
from
at
this rain.
Thunder Tree anymore. I know this is Otar's previous home, but I mean, I don't really want to hang out here anymore.
Is it?
Yep, that was a
Is it
conversation.
your previous home, Zatar?
We had that conversation
Yeah, that
last
was
week.
mentioned last game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he said he wasn't sure at that point.
Well, the point still stands the same, yeah.
Yeah.
It's believed, unsure, don't know.
I believe this to be where I came from, but I'm unsure because there's no one to tell me otherwise.
So, what would you like to do next? Are you staying in town, or would you like to head out towards the forest?
Well,
I
I've
think
worked
we
up an
should-
appetite and I want some proper food.
I think we should head out, make
Yeah.
camp. But that's if you guys still want me to travel with you, of course.
Well,
Well,
do you want to travel with us?
I mean-
you're kind of mixed up in this at the moment.
We've gone
And
through
they-
a lot in just being here in Thunder Tree that I'm willing to help any of you.
You have proven yourself useful.
The cultists may be hunting you as well. I'm not sure how much this taint of the gems actually affects humanoids, but it may have affected you and you may be in danger.
Well,
Yeah.
as long as you guys are fine with me staying along, I'll tag with you guys.
I would feel much more reassured if you were along with us.
Yeah.
we're a group of misfits enough as it is anyway. What's one more?
Yeah, and you haven't tried to steal from us so far, so it's one up on our last member of the group.
Yeah,
far-
I did read that in Mooney's journal. It was that's horrible how someone could do that.
I heard orcs can't read, but I guess half orcs can read.
Yeah, I've got a human side, I'm not
sorry
as
if
dumb
my,
as other orcs.
I'm sorry if my handwriting's difficult to read. It's kind of floppy.
Comes with the scales.
It's better than mine.
Okay
My
then, group.
handwriting. They keep telling me I should be a doctor.
So,
You have a steady hand.
what would you like to do?
I want to go out, camp, and try and get some food
Yeah, let's
Some fresh
have
food.
another barbecue.
Okay.
in the rain. Let's have a barbecue.
Yep.
So, you guys spend probably the next hour or two heading east. You're not from where you are in Thunder Tree. You are not too far from the forest's edge. And with an hour or two's walk, you can make it to the tree line if you'd like to camp in the tree line, or you can tree line. Yeah.
Sure, why not? It'll give us a little more cover from the rain.
Okay. So,
Oh, you found some rocks. Are there any rocks around? It's a bit hard to see. Are there those trees?
trees, bushes, rocks, stuff. I only have the one map for camps.
This feels eerily similar.
I know, right? The same stream.
I seem to be in the same position as I was last time in the fire. Maybe I just like that position.
Everyone's got, everyone gets cozy in the right positions when they sit down in the camp. It's weird. And I've put Zatar on there. There we go. So you guys travel for the next hour or two. As you go to leave Thunder Tree, you can see that the rain has put out the burning pyre of the man. His charred form still sits upright, kind of almost charred and melted onto the pyre, onto the statue itself. The statue yeah, pretty much gone. But a few embers here and there, but most of the fire has gone out. You guys leave Thunder Tree, heading east, travelling for about 2 hours worth as the sun finishes setting and darkness sets in. The rain does not let up, but still relatively soft, very gentle. You reach the tree line of the edge of the large forest where you believe the Crackmore Castle resides. You spend a little bit of time, half hour, setting up camp. If anyone wants to go hunting, give me survival checks now.
I grab Mooney and go hunting.
All right.
Survival.
Ah,
Are you going as well, Zatar?
Yeah. I'm just bringing it up now. Survival, yeah.
Yep.
Merrick's going to try and find a rocky area a little bit away from the camp.
Okay. There are some.
Okay.
Okay. Ragnar, Mooney, Zatar. You spend the next hour trying to catch whatever you can. Pickings are a bit slim. Even on the edge of the forest here, you do manage to catch a couple of rabbits, though. About 3. 2.5, really, because there's a big crossbow bolt through one of them.
at least I didn't use acid this time. That would have been bad.
Yeah, probably wouldn't have got a lot left. But you get a couple of rabbits, and mixing this with the rations that you have. Okay. It's got the +2 in there. Mooney. So
Right, because I don't have any other bonuses. Yeah.
Yeah, if you mouse over it, you get the +2. Yeah. And you obtain a couple of rabbits, which, when mixed with your rations, should provide us a fairly substantial meal. You camp near a small running stream, so fresh water's not a problem either. Merrick, is there something particular you're looking to do here?
Yes, Merrick's going to sit and pray to Moradin.
Okay, that's fine. You sit down and close your eyes while you finish setting up camp, build a fire, and head on out. Gina, Nithari, anything else apart from playing with a snake?
Just wait for the others.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gina, you using a little bit of magic and gnomish know-how, keep the fire burning brightly. As Zatar, Ragnar, and Mooney return, a few rabbits strung up over the shoulders. Merrick, in this time, you finish up your prayer and head back towards the group.
As we're coming back from hunting the rabbits, Mooney is talking to Zatar about Ultron. And when we get back to camp and start cooking the rabbits, I'm actually going to use my Fey presence to charm Zatar in a story about Ultron into knowing about, like how he betrayed us, and not, exact details, but like in a more story-oriented version. He needs to make a wisdom saving throw to be charmed. DC 13.
You can make the save, or you can just let it go. Zatar, it's up to you.
I'll just let it happen.
Okay. Yep. So as Mooney relays this tale to you, it's wondrous, and you almost see the images play out in your mind, almost like some kind of strange comic strip being narrated by Mooney. You return to camp as a group. You sit down, you cook up your rabbits, distribute the rations, and everyone sit down and have your evening meal. Relative quiet. Everyone thinking on the day's events, looking forward to what's coming, what to expect in the coming days, and just a general somber mood fills the air.
Merrick is going to make a genuine effort to try to assist with the cooking and not fuck it up.
Yeah, do we need to roll for the cooking?
No.
I have cooking utensils.
Mooney
and I'm
cooks.
proficient.
Merrick tries.
Merrick is trying to learn not to be so terrible.
I want to help with the cooking.
It's too many cooks. Too many cooks, man. Too many cooks. 2 cooks is plenty. You're cooking 3 rabbits. There's not a lot.
Right, I haven't ever taught somebody and cooked at the same time, so it's difficult and I fuck something up.
You do, between you, you managed to burn one of the rabbits horribly.
Okay, so don't take this as an example, but this is kind of how you do it. You just gotta be more attentive and less teaching somebody.
You're showing him how not to do it.
Yeah.
Precisely, this is what not to do.
He's showing me how to do it. Look, it's something I should learn. I've kind of never had to cook anything.
So, you settle down for the night. You crunch down on your lovely crunchy rabbit and a few general soft ones. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before turning in for the night? No?
I turn to Mooney and I after obviously him showing me all about Ultron, I just ask him what exactly have they heard anything about him since leaving, or do they know anything about his presence? Is he still in jail? What's happened to him?
I left him a note when we left Phandalin, and until we return, I'm not going to know the situation.
And I just say, I feel bad because I just don't know how someone could do that to a group that you'd be traveling with. It just doesn't seem right.
Well, I know a little bit about letting your comrades down, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. You seem like an upstanding individual.
Yeah. I think he was just a bit deceiving, but either way, it's happened, it's over, and it's done with. I mean, I didn't trust him to begin with anyway.
You don't trust anyone to begin with.
Exactly.
Okay then. So
Yeah, I must.
Go on.
Final comment is, I must admit, I didn't trust him either. I felt kind of guilty, but that's one of the reasons I got the boxes in the first place. And maybe I should have said.
And
I
trust
don't know.
is something that has to be earned.
I mean, I kind of guessed that, what he could do he didn't learn in a temple, but I don't think he would steal from us. Shows what I know, I guess.
Well, he clearly wanted wealth and power more than friendship and camaraderie.
Well, his loss.
Can I just quickly ask, what was the name of the druid again? I've forgotten.
Radolf.
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 Loss.
A it doesn't start with an A. Reidoth. Exactly.
Thank you.
Very, very difficult to spell Radolf with an A. At the start, anyway. So, you sit around, you have a somber chats about your previous encounters and have a think about the future as you all turn in for the night. As you do, the rain does begin to lessen, but the fire, without assistance, does slowly peter out. And you all settle down and have a long rest, so you regain any hit die. Or HP and spell slots back. Zatar, you lose your point of exhaustion.
Yes.
And you sleep through the night.
Full health. Ooh, plus 1 HP.
I keep watch for a shift anyway, and ask if anyone else wants to.
I say you all take it in turns, taking your watches and things like that.
See.
Who had the latest? Who? Zatar dies in the night.
I fucked up. I pressed plus and went Q, so it kind of screwed up.
I have 31 Q health.
He tried to eat the rabbit that Merrick cooked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who has the latest gem?
Mooney does.
Mooney.
Good to know. Okay.
And I
So,
believe he also has the key to it, as everybody else has kind of exchanged keys and stuff. Mooney kind of looks down at the key to his lockbox and walks up to Zatar. I think it would be best if you hold on to this, and unless 2 of us come and ask for it, you give it to nobody.
Okay, yeah, I'll watch over it.
Please, just with your life. If anybody except for 2 of us comes up and asks for it, you don't give it to them.
Okay. I understand.
Okay. So you hand over the key before heading to sleep. You'll wake up in the morning, relatively well rested, a bit soggy, a bit damp, a little bit cold. It's not the greatest night's sleep that you've ever had, but the trees that you had did provide you some cover. You wake up in the morning, all is well, the sun is shining, the rain is gone, as you stand on the edge of the forest.
Did Ragnar try and use his hammock?
It was raining, so if I'd find a gap between two trees, it would probably be.
It would have been a soggy hammock.
It would have been a second.
And I'm sure it's a term for something.
I haven't had to use my hammock yet. I'm sad.
So, you wake up bright and early in the morning, ready to roar. As you guys are probably about here now, on the party cake map. From what you know, looking at the map, both the one that Radoth marked for you and also the cultist map, you know that actually, to be honest, I can open it up on the map now. Do this instead. Actually, there's no point hiding most of this now. There you go. So you now should be able to see the rough location of Crackmore Castle. And I'll add Wave Echo Cave on there as well.
Yeah, I'd say we should go down to Craigmore. We may as well.
Do we need to
Unless-
buy anything before we do that?
Yeah, if we needed to go to Neverwinter for anything, we're much closer there.
Yeah.
I mean, if we
You're probably about a
were
day's
to
travel.
head,
You're probably about a day's travel from Neverwinter, and probably about a day and a half, 2 days travel through the woods to Crackmore.
Well,
I
I've got
wouldn't
everything I need. Does anybody else need anything?
Well, we
Okay.
are inundated with gold.
Yeah.
Do we have enough like potions and rations to get us through for the next few days?
I have
Actually,
my
we
beautiful axe. I don't need anything more.
to be fair, we could drop off a load of this loot, but it would take a lot of time, and it's probably.
Well, we don't have a lot of loot. We just have 500 and something gold.
Oh, we've got some goblets and a few other things.
You're pretty sure we
You've
have
got
some
a few bits of swag.
Is the cave in the map in the same place as Crackmore Castle?
I doubt it.
It's further down by Phandalin.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Wave Echo Cave is right down. It's near
Okay.
next to.
Oh
Fountain.
right, I can see it now. Okay. I mean, if we want to buy something, this would probably be the right time. We are very close to Neverwinter, and maybe some research as well.
Well,
but you know,
yeah, and it would take us a day to get to Neverwinter, and then 3 days to get to Cragmaw. I mean, it's up to you guys, but I would suggest that we just head down to Cragmaw, as we don't have a lot of quote unquote loot to sell.
I'm fine with that.
okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay. If you want to do that, it's fine. There's no problem with doing that. However, there may be. I'll call this as the DM's thing. There may be repercussions to taking demon gems into the middle of a city. Just saying. But if you want to go there, you can do.
That's interesting, and I love the insight on that, but I think we're just going to head to Cragmaw instead.
So, Cragmore?
Yeah.
Wait, is
Okay.
Cragmore place then?
Cragmore
Well,
Castle,
Castle.
is right here on the map. This is the Hobgoblin stronghold, where there is
Where,
a
gem
disturbance
is
in the
potential.
force.
I would
Oh.
suggest that we skirt the wood rather than go through it.
I agree.
It seems like 6 to 1, but yeah, that's fine.
I still feel like running around with all these gems at this point. We have 3 of the 4 pieces of the puzzle. It
5.
feels
5.
3 or 5, yeah.
if we've got 3 of 5, I think maybe we should hide one of them. If
Yeah.
they're in the box and they can't be as easily found.
Yeah, and right now the aura is kind of dampened by what the druid did.
Well, we can't leave one here unattended.
I mean,
I think-
yes. Go ahead.
I think to be honest, it seems that if we wait, the longer we wait, the more these guys come after us. And if nothing else, they don't know that we know where Cragmore is. So I think that's not. I mean, these guys are not hobgoblins, so there's a reasonable chance that they're not on the same side.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that we can just let this shard go free with hobgoblins. I mean, hobgoblins are not to be trusted. Who knows the Balzanar cultists don't tempt the hobgoblins with some kind of treasure or conquest or something that makes them give over the gem.
Yeah. Also, even, I mean, if everything goes well, no problem, but if we were to fail and the cultists go to Cragmore Castle after us, they would literally be getting, 4 gems for the price of 1. We would have essentially done the job for them.
Well, so what are we proposing? We can't. Nobody's said they want anything in particular. I mean, Neverwinter's there, but we don't. If we get there and we have the loot, what are we going to do with it?
Well, none of us have any contacts in Neverwinter or anywhere to store these items, so there's no reason for us to assume that if we give them to somebody else or store them somewhere, that the occultists aren't going to find them wherever we put them. I mean, they're definitely safest in our hands.
Oh yeah, my point is, what if we did go to Neverwinter, assuming we did? What are we going to do there? What are we achieving?
We're getting rid of the 500 plus gold that we have and maybe turning it into some valuable consumables that will prevent us from dying in the next encounter. This is all kind of out of character, but
possibly getting extra information what's going on with Faunasar, because I mean, I don't know if I entirely trust the druid, to be honest. He seemed a bit daft.
That's a good assessment, I think.
Well,
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
to be gained, I'll give you that.
I mean, I'm kind of new to this whole thing, and of course, I mean, I am always going to be for researching more about this. But if you think it's better to go, then I'm happy to go along. I mean, if we don't go to Cragmore Castle right now, they might actually get there before us. So it's a bit of a gamble either way.
Yeah. All right, let's just step ahead for a bit. Assuming we get all 5 of these things, do we know what we're going to do with them?
Oh, I think that's something we need to cross a bridge when we come to it. I don't think that we can plan for that right now. Do you have any kind of resources that would make you get any information that we don't know?
Not in this bit of the world.
No.
Then I don't think that it's worth conjecturing right now. I think we should just acquire the pieces and think about what happens when we come to it.
Could you ask your was it patron? Does he actually tell you stuff?
Mainly what happens is I look at the Book of Shadows, and the information that I study and read every night becomes more clear, and it's less of him telling me stuff and more of me figuring out what he's already told me. And I show him the Book of Shadows, and it has all kinds of stuff in it.
It's all gibberish to you. No, you've got no idea.
Yeah, it doesn't mean a lot to me, I'm afraid.
Also, I mean, I've been kind of thinking, and the druid said that we shouldn't. The one thing we must not do is put the pieces of the soul gem together, right?
Yeah.
And we are essentially looking for them. I mean, it's as if we are doing the job for them. Once we have all of them, they only have to kill us, and they're done. And eventually, if they throw enough people at us, they are going to kill us.
Yeah, but we're already ahead of the game. We already have information on where the next soul gems are, and we have 3 of the soul gems that they were trying to acquire. So, if they're trying to follow along behind us, we're leaving a wake of destruction that they're going to clearly see.
Yes, but I don't know. I mean, right now we know we must not put the gems together, and that they want to do that. Ideally, we would want to find out a way to, to banish Baunasar permanently, because right now we have a way of bringing him back, which is what we don't want to do.
You are an accomplished arcanist, and I would be hesitant to say that I know more than you, but are you capable of banishing these gems?
No, which is why I would like to do some research because I have absolutely no idea. And to be honest, they kind of scare me a little bit. This magic is wrong. It shouldn't even exist. I mean, it's just I get the feeling that we're going at it blind. Like we know what they want, but what do we want, and how do we accomplish it? Because gathering gems as if they were breadcrumbs in a path is not the way to go. I feel.
As if they were plot hooks.
I mean,
all I can
you have-
really think is we might find more information as we gather these things.
It's 2 days out of our way if we go one way to Neverwinter and 1 day back. So it's not that big a deal if we go there and maybe gather some information and think about what we're going to do. Plus, we can use this next week to get some information and stuff that we're not going to actually be playing, and then kind of fast forward through Neverwinter.
You guys do whatever you want to do.
I think
The world will react to anything you do. I think
throw
a.
we do need.
I'll just say I'll throw out a hint from above, because obviously you guys don't know about the world necessarily as much. But one of the things that you do know about the Sword Coast, about the north, the area you're in, is the location and the purpose of the magical fortress of Candlekeep, which is a bastion of magical knowledge, research, and an area designed and built to keep things like this at bay. Ancient books that should not be read reside within its vaults that are magically protected and sealed by some pretty heavy stuff.
And its proximity?
Its proximity to the south of you guys, probably about a week or so's travel to the south of where you are. It's
South of Lellian, isn't it?
Yes, so it's reachable, but perhaps that would be a good end goal. That's just throwing some ideas out there. I would love to give you more, but you killed everybody that was going to give you plot hooks and exposition so far. So
I didn't mean to.
By metering it a little bit, I'll give you that knowledge on the world.
Well, if we put it that way anyway, if we're already headed south, then we could swing by Cragmore.
We have
makes
3
sense.
of the 4. We could get the 4th, deposit them where it will be safe, and then head down the rest of the cut.
Well, we don't know anywhere it's going to be safe, because as far as we know, that we can trust these guys in Candlekeep. I mean, that's like meeting a stranger and just going on their word that they're okay. A lot of this stuff needs to be measured with a certain amount of trust based on us and, obviously whoever we're lending it to.
Well, I think it's if we leave it if we leave the gem at Cragmore, at the moment the speculation is that the cultists don't have it. So I would think that we want to get it off the cultists, get it off the hobgoblins before the cultists do have it.
Yeah.
And that way we've got 4 of the pieces of the puzzle, and then let's go and find out some information before we go for the final bit.
I think we need to be wary of these guys at Cragmore, though, because that guy said they were doing some weird stuff with the gem. Maybe they can do something with the others.
Well, did he? I know there's a hobgoblin fortress where they've got the gem, but to my knowledge is that they don't appear to be working together. They may be trying. They may have got. Actually, that's a point. If they've worked out how to do something with this gem, maybe we might actually find out something from these guys, because they're not fanatics. Hobgoblins are actually very pragmatic.
I suggest that we do head towards Cragmore. I think that's probably our best bet.
Yeah.
Let's
Yes.
do it.
If they
then.
know
Let's
something, they might actually tell us, because they aren't. I don't think they'll be followers of Balthasar.
We have to appeal to them, though.
Yeah, I mean, for once, an interrogation might actually work.
Hobgoblins are actually surprisingly honourable. They've just got a very weird system of honour.
Maybe we can actually, I don't know, convince them to exchange the gem for something else, or
Say, Merrick, you may know some of this. You may not. You can roll me a history check to tell me how much you do know about hobgoblins.
Okay. Let's see how much I know. Round about now, I screwed up massively.
You know a little bit about the hierarchy and structure and how they run, but not a huge amount. It's not something you've studied or really had much contact with.
Okay.
Orcs are your specialisation, not goblinoids. So, are we heading south towards Cragmore? Or
Yes.
towards
Yep.
Netherwinter? Cragmore?
Cragmar.
towards Cragmore.
Cragmore, and I
Cragmore.
think skirting the forest as opposed to going through the middle, because with our amazing survival abilities, we'll get lost.
Okay,
We could.
so you guys spend the next 2 days.
Wandering all over the map.
Thank you for making it clear, Mooney. I wasn't quite sure where you were going. So, you guys spend the next 2 days heading around the outskirts of the forest, camping along the way, doing your usual gathering of supplies. Zatar, you being an outlander, you're pretty good at grabbing bits and bobs. So you grab food, you get water, and you continue on your travel down. On the afternoon of the second day, you cut into the forest and start heading northeast towards Cragmore Castle. The forest here is quite dense, quite thick. There are several old pathways and cuttings that attempt to lead you in different directions and try and veer you off the course. I will need a survival check from whoever's leading the party to see if you see how well you find this place.
Let somebody else do that.
Yep.
Can I be up in front with Ragnar, so like both of us are going at it, or
One check, please.
Okay.
I'll let Ragnar do it. Good.
Okay, Ragnar. You managed to pick out the false trails, the ones that are more well travelled, that seem to continue taking you in your direction. It takes you a good couple of hours to traverse through the forest. As I say, it's quite dense woodland, dense thicket, but relatively calm and quiet. And as you get towards the castle, it's really quiet. You've travelled through the woods, you know there are birds chirping, wind rustling, but as you reach the castle, towards the entrance of it, it is dull, quiet, and still would be a good word for it.
I'm from now on. Anything I say will be in a whisper.
Okay.
Okay, whisper.
So, you see, as you walk through it, you do come across an old path, much wider than what you've previously been walking along, probably a good 10 foot wide. You can see the remnants of bits of old cobbled stone of a gravel path that once was here, but has been very much reclaimed by nature. There are vines across it, parts of bushes pop up, even a tree every now and again. This road has not been used in an official capacity for quite some time. Down, probably about half a mile from where you are, you can see an opening, a clearing in the forest, where you can see the edges of the remnants of a castle. Time-wise, it's probably about midday as well, by the way. So as you approach, you can see this castle has seen far better days. There is a series of steps leading up to almost a flagstone landing area, with high towers flanking on either side. You can see just from where you are at ground level that there was once a set of heavy double doors that flanked the entranceway, both completely smashed in and laying on the ground. You're not given you. You can't tell how long ago this was done from where you are. Let's get the right map up as well. Will be a second.
Gina, do you maybe want to send an illusion of one of us out there, or maybe even a cultist out there that might show us anybody that might be hiding to...
I don't know I can make illusions that big, but I could try to make some noise, like steps or something like that, to get somebody out.
Well, we have some of their armor, don't we? Could we maybe disguise Ragnarok?
I don't know if he wants to do that, and that's a very precarious position he's putting himself in.
I think
I get that, yeah.
we should get our story straight.
No, let's make a plan and we'll head in.
Yeah. What is our end goal here?
To get the gem and get out safely.
Is there any chance that we could actually talk them into giving us the gem? Because, if we have cultists coming after us, it might not be worth it for them to keep it.
I believe Radov told us something about this gem being protected by somebody who wants it.
So you should be on the map now. You can see. So as I say,
well, we're really close though.
You're really close because that's just how the map is. I don't have a huge map to the left. We'll say, for argument's sake, you're still a good couple of 100 feet away at this point, if you wish to be.
Okay.
So this is meant to be an occupied castle. So all the damages it is relatively recent, one would think.
From here, you can't really tell. You can see some of the stonework is intact, but you can see from where you are, even just to the top, one of the northern towers is almost half collapsed, and you can see several pot marks of age, of where the castle has worn and weathered, others were possibly destroyed by weaponry. However,
and these are arrow slits that are like little windows.
Yep. So you have 2 arrow slits flanking the entranceway to these, to where you can see the smashed double doors lay.
I don't need a target for Eldritch Blast, right? I can just shoot at whatever I want.
Within some degree, yes.
If you want, I can run out there and I can maybe get their attention. It doesn't seem to be like this castle is occupied, but we know that it is.
Well, where I was going with that is, if I were occupying a castle, I mean the walls and things that takes a lot to fix, but I'd fix the door. So why is
these are
the door knocked down?
hobgoblins. You know what hobgoblins are, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, I wouldn't just go ahead and say that hobgoblins are going to fix everything that they own, because that's probably not a good idea.
Well, I was just thinking it seems a bit stupid not to do it because it. Well, my point is maybe that's been knocked down by somebody else.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I mean, we're not going to know until we find out, right?
Yeah, you're still quite far away. You can approach to inspect a bit more, or you can hide out in the bushes for the rest of the day.
Do you want me to make a scene, and then maybe you guys can jump out and take advantage of that, or do we want to show up as a group?
What happened to the diplomatic approach?
We don't really know if we're attacking them yet.
Yeah. Would you like me to walk up? I mean, they are unlikely to think me a threat.
We could.
I like that idea.
I mean, if there is someone I hope they won't attack me, and if they attack me, well, we can deal with it.
And that staff of hers is going to keep her protected.
Exactly.
If you're sure you're happy with that.
I mean,
get
if
on,
they
Gina.
attack us, it eliminates the doubt. I mean, we know we are going in there with everything we have.
The other thing is, do we want to necessarily go in the front door anyway? Are there other ways in?
I could try to run away if they attack me, and we could reconsider.
I
mean, I'm
hand you
small.
the scroll of Misty Step.
Oh, thank you.
This will help you get out of there just in case.
Okay. Is there like any shrubs or something like that I could possibly hide in within a reasonable distance of the door?
There's a little bit. There's the entire area is pretty overgrown and shrubberish, so probably.
Okay. Well, we could try to do that.
So, Gina's heading up towards the castle. What are the rest of you doing?
I am.
I will follow Gina.
You're going
I
with.
cover with Eldritch Blast.
So, you guys getting within 20 feet of the door, 100 feet of the door?
100 feet.
Okay. The rest of you?
Are we plainly visible 100 feet away, or is there still cover?
There's still trees and shrubbery. This entire area is kind of covered in thick, dense forest still. It's almost like it's encroaching upon where the castle grounds once were.
So how close can we get before the cover runs out?
50 foot? Ish?
I would say let's try and get as close as we can in cover. Because that puts us within... If Gina's going ahead, then we can... Merrick cannot move fast. If I dash, I can get 50 foot. That's it.
So, what are we doing?
Well,
So, Zatar, are you going with Gina?
well,
It
Yeah.
might be better. I mean, if they see you, they might actually attack. I mean, you look kind of threatening.
okay.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
If we're trying to be potentially peaceful and negotiating, then
I'll hang back.
The scroll that I gave her is going to be able to get her out of any kind of danger that she might present herself with.
The
Yeah.
scroll
I
can
have
move
a
her up
question.
to 30 feet.
yeah, but I have a question. Is that because Misty Step, I think it's a bonus action,
It
but the
is,
scroll
yes.
would be an action?
It's an
Or not?
action to use the scroll, yes.
It's actually not. I read it that
Okay.
whatever the scroll is the action time that it says on the spell.
Fair enough. I'm cool with that. I'm not too familiar with it, to be honest, so I'll take your word for it.
So,
I made sure to look it up when I read that it was a bonus action. I was like, well, if it takes an action to use it, it's not really worth it. But it actually says that it's a
yeah,
bonus.
that's
Go
why
for
I
it.
was asking, because
that's fine.
I was thinking.
It's
Okay,
yeah.
so it would be my movement, my dash, and the Misty Step.
Yeah, in theory,
be my
you
movement.
could probably move up to like 70, 80 feet, should you require
Which would get back within 30 feet of us
Oh, yeah.
if we're all
Exactly.
100 foot back.
Okay. Okay, then I'm going to move up to the door, like, peacefully and calmly, but yeah.
Okay, then. So,
Trying to look unthreatening.
everyone else, are you trying to be sneaky beaky, hiding in the bushes?
I was
Yeah.
trying to be
Yeah, just hang
clearly
back.
not.
Okay, well, I'll request the rest of you give me your stealth checks then. Merrick, you've been given a blessing, so you have your advantages. Your disadvantages petered out.
okay. So
So you just roll
let's
normal.
watch as I screw it up as traditional.
It's okay.
Nick
It's okay,
Parr is
I just
yelling at
screwed
me
up.
to be more stealthy.
So a 7, 16, 5, 21, and 9. Perfect. Okay, Gina. So, Ragnar, I'm going to put you back on the side here.
Merrick got a 19.
Merrick got a 9. He has disadvantage, which then, with the advantage, bounces
Oh,
out
right,
to
with
normal
switch.
roll.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So, Gina, as you approach, you trot up the steps and find yourself on the centre of the flagstone area here. The first thing that you see, that you notice as you head up the steps, is there are signs of combat here, very recent. There are still dried bloodstains on the flagstone floor here. The doors still smoulder slightly from where something impacted it, breaking it from its hinges and leaving it there. You see scraps of black fabric dotted around on the ground as well. Something happened here recently. As you take a few steps towards the door, you hear from somewhere within the castle someone barks at you. You there! Hold!
I'm going to stop and raise my hands.
Who goes there?
I just want to talk. Maybe you could come out. I can't really see you. I come in peace. I don't mean any harm.
We shall see. and from around the corner a large, hulking hobgoblin appears, easily 6 foot tall. In his hand, he over his back, you can see sticking out is a large 200 greatsword that pops over the top. This guy is built like a truck. Give me a perception check.
Perception. Okay.
Yeah. You notice it's faint, but there is, with your arcane senses as well, and your previous experience with this dark aura, there is almost a shroud, an aura around this hobgoblin. Very well. You wish to talk? We shall talk. But be aware, little one. My archers watch you.
I have no doubt, and well, I mean, you can see I'm fairly small. I'm obviously not going to cause any trouble. Here's the thing. I noticed that you have been attacked recently. May I ask if who attacked you?
Narrows his eyes at you. Strange men. Dark robes.
Was there tabard in the, did it carry a sign of a pincer?
It did. You have encountered them too.
We have, and they are our enemies. So if they are your enemies as well, we might actually have something in common.
They assaulted our castle. They are enemies indeed.
Well, they have been after us for a very long time, so, we are a bit unhappy with them. If we could pay them back, we would be happy to.
And what does that have to do with us?
Well, we actually came here with the intent to negotiate, but, seeing what has happened, we might actually, have some common interests.
Negotiate for what? What brings you here? How did you find us?
Actually, we found you through them. We attacked them a couple of days ago in Thunder Tree, and they had a map that brought us here. No, actually, that's not true. Well, I'm telling that. That's what I'm saying.
Zone of Truth finished a long time ago. You're fine. Make a deception check, though.
Oh, shit.
Hey.
I'm a tricky gnome.
Well, as you can see, we have taken care of this ourselves. We have no business with you. Leave. And
would they...
that will be the end of it.
Did they take something from you?
He eyes you curiously. What makes you think there'd be something here they want?
Because that's what brought us here. We seek a gem. But unlike them, we don't want to fight you for it.
The treasure is ours. The gem is... Sorry. The gem is King Groll's. We have plans for it. Now, like I said, leave and that will be the end of it. We will not be negotiating for its release.
Don't you think the gem might be more trouble than it is worth?
The gem is powerful. It grants us strength. We will use it. I need not tell you such things.
I wonder if they know what it is.
Now, leave. Before I make you leave.
Fair enough. I'm going to back out slowly.
Okay, as Gina backs...
In in a different direction from where I know everybody else is hiding. I mean, I'll join them later. I don't want to.
Okay. I'll
Did we
assume
hit-
Hiding is figurative because a lot of us rolled like 9s and 3s and stuff.
that's fine.
You're waving at him like this.
So Gina, you hop down the stairs and you walk down the ruined cobblestone path off into the forest, knowing that your friends have spread out around the road, hiding within bushes and brush as you wander back down out of sight. You kind of take a glance over your shoulder and you see the hobgoblin eyeing you. Just keep watching you as you go.
Can I try to hide or,
Roll me a stealth check.
this is going to be great. It was.
You get about 100 feet down the path, and then you just take a side dive into a bush, thinking that you're out of sight. You're not too sure. It does not solicit any reaction or anything from the goblin at the castle, but you feel that you're now out of its line of sight. It doesn't take you very long to weave your way back through the brush to meet up with where you left your party members.
So, what'd you find out?
Well, the good news is they don't like the pincer people very much. The bad
Right.
news is they still have the gem. Or the good news, it depends on your point of view, I guess. They were attacked, but they're not willing to part with it. They seem to think that it gives them strength and it belongs to their king.
I wish Ultron was here.
Do they... Yeah. Do you think they realise that the cultists are just going to keep coming at them?
I don't think they care.
Well, I think it's a question of which side runs out of people first.
Yeah. Ideally, we could get the gem. I mean, I wonder if there is another entrance to here, because if we could get the gem and get out, they could just fight it out, and
Yeah.
Well,
You mean
hear me out.
steal
What
it?
okay, so like obviously the hobgoblins don't want to fight and we don't want to fight the hobgoblins. So what if we camp north of here? We let them know where we're camped just in case they need help. And then we just let the cultists come and beat their head against this hobgoblin castle until they run out of people.
All the cultists find us.
If we go anywhere near those cultists, they're just going to try and kill us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not going near the cultists. We're going a mile north of the castle here and just going to camp out until the hobgoblins need us.
You know, the kind of damage that was on that castle, I don't think we would be able to stop them if they came after us. I mean, they essentially blasted out the doors.
So I blasted out so many doors. How many? I mean, like that's not a accomplishment.
They're rather
Something.
big doors, meaning they're a bit
Yes.
bigger than the ones we've been dealing with.
The doors
I mean, I
themselves
can
were
blast
about 7 feet wide, probably about 15 foot tall, and probably a good half a foot thick, roughly.
Yeah,
Just-
I mean,
just
I
to
have
say.
blasted out doors as well, but, this is on a different order than a house door.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It bears out what I said about them fixing doors and things. It sounds like they were fixed until recently. So we know that they've got what the cultists want. We know the cultists will be back to get it.
What if the cultists will be back? How about we wait until the cultist attack and we try to slip in a different
That's not
way and
such a-
steal the gem?
Not such a bad idea, but I think, well, the cultists appear to be taking a head-on approach, but that seems to tie in with fanatical behaviour. So let's try and find a different way in.
I mean, this is a castle. Castles usually have another way in, right?
You're a dwarf. You're good with stones.
Yeah. Well, typically what you're talking about is usually the way out. They usually have like a escape route. Might be
Is that
worth trying to
not
find
take
it.
us straight into the middle of the castle, though?
Well, depends how it was designed. I mean, I don't know how it's built. That does not look like a dwarven castle.
Yeah, but once we're actually inside, we're going to be stuck inside the middle of a castle we have no clue about, full of goblins that want to kill us.
Well, ideally, the goblins will be out the front of it, trying to stop the cultists getting into it.
Yeah.
I
Also-
prefer
the
going
goblins
for the
are
back.
going to leave their castle.
Hmm?
The
Say
goblins
again.
are going to leave their castle. They're going to stay in it and fend off the intruders.
Yes,
But if we
but
can find a way in where they aren't, then they will be towards the walls and we will not.
if they are busy at the front door, we could slip in from behind. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this makes any sense, but if there is a more discreet way out of the castle, the point would be of being able to evacuate the important people in the castle, right?
Let's-
All right, well then let's have Nithari put her blessing on Ragnar and see what he can find out.
Well, Merrick's already been blessed, unfortunately.
No, I can bless someone else. It'll just come off of Merrick and
Oh,
be
I
transferred
see.
to Ragnar.
Okay, my apologies. Okay then, tell you what, guys.
But it only lasts for 1
It
hour.
doesn't hurt to scout out the outside anyway.
As much as I love your planning, and take great joy watching you squirm, looking at the time, I'm going to call it now, because the next stage could take us a little bit of time. So, we'll call it there for now. Like I said, unfortunately next week, due to work commitments, I will not be here, so we'll take a break next week, and then we'll pick up again in 2 weeks' time, and then we can find out if Ragnar can scout the castle, see if there are any strange hidden entrances, and see if you can find a way to get this gem without further bloodshed. So,
Next time on
Dragon Ball Z. So, thank you very much, guys.
Encroaching Abyss. No.
Sorry. Well, to be honest, I will
You need to work on your branding.
I know. We'll get there. You guys need to work on your branding. You need a name.
Yeah.
So I don't have to keep
I
going
mentioned it.
the
So.
group. Maybe that's something you can do in part next time you set camp. So, for those watching on the stream, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, we'll be back in 2 weeks. If you enjoyed what we've got going on here next, on Wednesday we've got some stuff, and some more stuff on Thursday as well, about the same time. So, for that, I'll say bye-bye on the stream. Bye. See you
Bye,
later.
stream.
Bye.
Bye, stream.